Oh God, here it comes. Oh, hot, 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 hot. Hot, 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 hot. Mr. Marsh, we apologize, and if it's okay with you, we would like to present you your long overdue trophy.
Mag.
Snake.
There's a small number of people in our community that are just hateful, angry, resentful, straight up assholes. I like to refer to them as an army of hate nerds in our community.
The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information. Real fucking high on drugs.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another Saturday night, another Modern Comic Mayhem, right in the middle of a Joe story that he's gonna have to tell us.
Right in the middle of it.
Right in the middle.
I'm not a shallow person, so like I was saying, like I the first time I saw the movie Heat, like, and this chick was hot, bro, but she had a kid, right? So like,
well, you know, she does it.
Hey, bro, batteries included, right? So, so like we went to the and the kid wouldn't shut the fuck up, bro. You know what I mean? Like he was rowdy and just like, and I go, hey, can you tell your kid to shut up? You know, it's like, hey, like that. So she called her mom. She fucking left. Mom picked her up, but
she should have called mom beforehand to watch
the end of the day. You know what I remember? At the end of the day, man, Heat was a good
fucking movie, right?
Yeah, dude. And,
hell yeah. Shout out to Val Kilmer, man. Rest in peace.
I remember the first place I bought, and I had installed speakers all throughout the. It was a condo, like every room, and I remember hooking up the stereo system and watching Heat, and you would have thought someone was getting killed. Because that place was so loud between all the like the machine gun fire.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, that scene it's incredible.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's Michael Mann has always pushed the envelope in things like that, like from the movie Heat. I mean, Thief with James Caan, and then Manhunter. You remember Manhunter with the original Hannibal Lecter?
Yep.
Just real cool shit, man.
I think the part about Heat is the little stuff that you don't, if you're a big fan of the movie, it's the little things, like when they're at the cafe and then, De Niro sits beside Wayne Grow and shoved his head into the window.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy puts his paper down, and Tom Sizemore.
Yeah.
And the guy just picks the paper rack up. I mean, it's just the little parts about that movie.
Yeah,
just
that's a look from somebody that'll kill you.
Yeah.
That type of look.
Someone had told me, and you guys, I don't know if this is true, but that De Niro and Pacino did not like one another, so they would not do any of the film together. I don't know if it's true or not, but the whole conversation when they're in the cafe, you never see them in the same picture. You see him talking, you'll see a back of the head, but you'll never see them in the same picture talking to one another.
But there's a still with both of them in there and it was shot purposely that way.
Yeah,
because the dynamic, it was basically the same person. One was on the good side, one was on the bad. They were the same guy. They were the same guy.
I honestly think that conversation is probably I don't know if there's anything that replicates that in any movie at all.
Maybe Luke and the Emperor talking shit to each other.
How's the Emperor go, Joe?
Oh, I'm afraid the deflector shield will be quite operational when your friends arrive.
Dude, I gotta send out. Let me send out links because we're supposed to have some special guests tonight. So
Joe, is that me or you?
Let me send these out. Let's see.
You want me to tell Nate the story about my LCS with Mark Spears books?
Let's hear it, bro.
Boy. The smears?
So, no, man. So like he had some Spears books and like I had taken another handful of them, and he goes, "Nah, man, just 2." And I go, "What do you mean, just 2?" And he goes, "I need to leave some for the rest of my customers." And I go, "Bro, Spears books after 3 days they come out, they don't belong on the rack, bro. They belong at somebody's house." And I go, "I ain't gonna have it." and then so I told him, I go, "So you're only gonna sell me 2?" I said, "Well, I got this stack here. If you only sell me 2, I'm gonna accidentally drop the rest of these." So, needless to say, I got them.
Shout out to Heroes Reborn
John.
with the $4.99 super chat. He says, "What up, Brian, Hood, and Nate? Cool hearing Hood will be at Huntsville Comic Expo." Let's talk about that. Let's wait to talk about that. Let's wait to talk about that. We'll get into that.
You should go. You should go, Nate.
Buddy, you can't hide money. Look at this guy. World travel. I lived in Alabama, and I've said this before, and I will reiterate. I will never go back. Ever. And I cannot stress that enough. And I can tell you right now, being a Tennessee fan, Anna told me if we still lived there, drive me to the border, get me to Tennessee, and I would, and the child would be born in Tennessee. No fucking way it's happening in Alabama. And I was 100% behind that. Never going back.
Oh my
God. But that's based on your favorite team, right? You know, the Volunteers.
There's part of that, but actually living there, it's just it's very interesting. I don't mean,
is it as interesting as Baltimore, bro?
Well, it's funny because like at one point when I was working and someone was like, "Hey, you know," I mentioned, you know, well, because I went to school in Baltimore too, and so someone was like, "Hey, you know," I told them I lived in Providence. They were like, "Providence?" I was like, "Yeah, Rhode Island." They're like, "Oh yeah, that's right outside Baltimore." I'm like, "Not even fucking close." And I was like, "Man, get a fucking map." I was like, "God, Alabama, you guys are killing me." Because no one has actually ever been outside the state.
Look at Derek's comment. Hood.
Was it?
Huh?
Look at Derek's comment. Derek says, "I hope to see a special feature where Joe interviews Mark Spears as Mark Spears."
You never know. You may get what you want.
Interview Mark Spears as Mark Spears.
You interview. What we need you is like talking about like Pacino, De Niro from Heat. You're Joe. You're Mark.
Oh man!
Can you tell me how to get to that $5.99 card? Wow.
Hey, guess what else is also going on right now? I know Joe isn't too into it, but Nate, I know you're following it. Ladies and gentlemen, did you guys see the opening game at Winnipeg? I just want to show this to you guys, okay?
Did the Blues win?
Hold on. Listen to this. Dude, that is the loudest arena. Holy shit, man. That's hockey right there. That's playoff hockey.
That's a big thing for Winnipeg, too.
Yeah. So
especially losing a team.
Dude.
I mean, you know.
Yeah. Here's the other thing, too. Battle of Ottawa, I am fucking in. Battle of Ontario, I mean. I'm in. And I've stayed away from hockey for most of the regular season. I'll just peek in, watch a couple games here and there, but I'm all in for the playoff games. So I haven't started watching any of them, but I have them all recorded. So I'm gonna catch up tonight. But I saw this and I was like, holy shit, dude.
It's great seeing playoff hockey in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
My favorite's actually when you get to the finals, the past couple of years when you get Calgary and Edmonton.
Yeah.
The Battle of Alberta. I mean,
Edmonton's playing the Kings to start it off.
Kings.
Yeah.
And they've beaten the Kings, what was it, past 2 years, usually in the second round?
Yeah.
So, and then the Wild are in, man. The Wild are good. But, Toronto being a number 1 seed.
Hey, did you guys?
I love to see it, but I don't.
Yeah. Isn't it a one like? Aren't they tied? Didn't Toronto and Ottawa like tie in points? Am I wrong about that?
I don't think so, but honestly, I did not. Once the Red Wings fell out at the end, I kind of just didn't watch too much.
Here's the sad thing, really, David. I'm rooting for Toronto. I want to see Edmonton, Toronto in a cup, and I'll take a Washington Edmonton in a cup too. I'd love to see OV win a cup the same year he breaks a record. Are you kidding me?
I mean, that'd be great. But David's right. Like, again, with Toronto, you want them to do it, but until they do, I have no faith or confidence that they actually can. Yeah. But if Austin Matthews and if Toronto won, I don't know that there would be a bigger star in hockey in the world, because I can't imagine what Toronto would be like if they actually ever got to the finals. Those tickets, I mean, they'd be like $5,000 a piece. No kidding. Just to get in. It'd be incredible, like how expensive it would be.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Billy, Economics and Comics, in the chat. What up, everybody? Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. What a session before the show. Holy cow. So I told this story last night on House of Stein. It's 420 weekend, right? And I didn't realize it. And I went to the dispensary yesterday and I walked in and everything was half off. Everything. And so,
is it like, did they have like, it was holiday weekend specials?
Bro, it was crazy, dude. There was a free food truck there. There was a food truck giving out free hamburgers, bro. It was glorious. I was like, dude, what did I just happened to come in today? I just, it was awesome. So my boy Lord Zero, who's usually in the chat, he hooked me up, man. I walked out of there with just bags of stuff. All kinds of stuff to put on stuff, to put in stuff, and craziness. So it was, Tokemon, exactly. Piggy Spanks, totally Tokemon. So
did you guys see they announced Darth Maul animated?
Saw it, but I didn't see is there a trailer for it or anything, or is it just announced? That's all I didn't.
They have a trailer.
Is there? Okay.
So
I saw the announcement. But I haven't seen. Is there anything else that's come out today? I've missed everything.
Well, Ryan Gosling's going to be in a movie.
Starfighter, is that right?
Yeah.
Dude, Joe, Andor.
Animated series is what's coming, right?
Yeah, for Maul.
Yeah, Andor.
So it's got to be him teaching Kira, right? As the kind of like.
Yeah.
Is there a real trailer?
Yeah, there was a trailer from the Tokyo leak.
Ooh, I love that Darth Maul right there, bro. Listen, I instantly fell in love with Darth Maul when I first saw him. But the cartoon shit, bro, made him like top 3 all-time favorite Star Wars character.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like that right
end
there.
Where it's the last season of the Clone Wars, where they have the very last episodes where he and Ahsoka face off in Mandalore, and he's screaming, because he's trying to explain to her that Anakin's going to turn, and she can't believe it. it's just so funny because he's so calm about it and trying to explain to her, and she's like, can't happen. There's no way. Anakin would never do that. And then when they face off and he gets captured by the clones and he's sitting there screaming, we're all going to die. We're all going to die. Like, if you don't let me, if you don't help me, we're all going to die. And like, it's just crazy because then when Order 66 comes out and everything that happens afterwards, he was spot on.
Damn, dude.
I was hoping they would announce like a Darth Vader show, dude, with Hayden.
Well, Vader's coming back in Ahsoka.
Dude, he's coming to Houston, Joe. I was going to tell you that. He's coming for Comic Palooza. Hayden Christensen's going to be here. And so I was trying to think the other day about because Ashley Eckstein's going to be here, I think, like the following month. And I was thinking about getting like the Clone Wars 1 signed by both of them.
Mm. I want to see the fucking trailer,
the coolest Hayden Christensen thing to get signed.
Darth Talon, man.
Bro.
That's the one that they've got to do, is Darth Talon.
That's gonna be his apprentice in the series. Look at that.
Really?
Bro. Can we see a rise in Star Wars comics? Can we actually see a comeback? Is all the legacy stuff going to go crazy? Is all the Maul stuff and the witch stuff?
You know, the legacy stuff is going to blow up.
That legacy one, I mean, that cover is just badass anyway.
Time to make some money on Star Wars again, you guys. Come on, let's go.
Hey, pull it up, Brian. Pull it up on eBay.
See what's going on eBay.
Yeah.
Because those books, like the 9/8s, have been going for nothing.
Rebay. Sorry, I am stoned tonight. That is for sure. Let's see here. Legacy.
$20.
Yeah.
17.
Wow, but what's a 9/8?
Let's see if anybody's taking a run on it yet. Yeah, people are taking a run on it already. Look, 300 for a complete set. Look at all this. Look at all this. It's going. It's starting. Look, those 0 issues with her on the cover. Yeah. Oh, bro. Even her figures. People are buying her figures.
You see that third print, Adam Hughes, that light blue one go up?
This
see that one right there?
Yeah.
I've got like 16 or 17 of those.
Bro, Hood, it's time to make some money on them. Hood, where's the Emperor voice? It's all cyclical, bro.
Yes. Your faith in your friends is yours.
Bro.
I hope the Emperor comes out in Andor, you know.
He's got to. He's got to be in there, right? Vader's going to be in there.
I had a 9/8 of that one, the first print. Or is it the second print, the lime green?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I bought that for like $25 with a cracked slab, and it was a 9/8. And I resubmitted it 9/8, and then I flipped it and I sold it for like, because it was autographed by Adam Hughes. So,
dude, that legacy one, that 0 cover is so good too.
The 0. Yeah, I was saying 1, but the 0.
I remember when this came out. When this came out, it was a quarter, and I bought like 4 of them because where I worked in a wafer fab for a company that was making all the chips for like Xboxes and shit, and so we would work these 12-hour shifts at night, right? And dude, when I first walked into this place, it was like walking into Star Wars, dude. You put on these fucking suits and you walk in, you go through these fucking airlocks, you walk in, and it's like you're on these grates, like 50 feet above ground, the whole place. That you could see everything. It was like, it's totally like walking around the fucking Death Star, bro. So all we would do all night is I'd listen to like Art Bell, old school Art Bell, Coast to Coast, and talk about Star Wars, because we were Star Wars nerds. And it was me and my best friend Keith and like 4 other dudes. And I bought so many of these quarter issues and just brought them to hand out. And we geeked out over this shit, dude. It was so crazy when that came out.
Good times, man.
Fucking A. Star Wars is coming back. Hopefully,
was that
hopefully.
like
But here's the problem. Here's the problem. Don't get,
2006 when that came out?
dude, don't get too happy. Kathleen Kennedy
Or they're gonna fuck it up. Well,
saying the rumors they're just rumors and that she's not going anywhere.
Yeah, because they're still moving forward with the Taika Waititi Star Wars that was announced and a movie about Rey.
That's still in the works, huh?
Stupid.
A movie about Rey.
Yeah.
My grandfather, Ray?
Bro.
Probably be more interesting, I tell you that.
Bro. But Andor is the one I'm excited about.
Andor is the one, man. And the best part is it's only gonna be 4 weeks and get those 3 episodes each week.
Oh man, yeah.
That's what I'm excited about.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
It might not even be her, but I don't care. Sell those books. Sell those.
Looks very similar.
What if she's the apprentice, but like he brings in Kira and like Kira kills her, or just something like that.
Mm-hmm. That'd be dope.
Yeah, because somehow or another, Kira's got to get involved one way or the other.
That was the biggest mistake when they retconned all the EU stuff from the expanded universe and said all that doesn't exist anymore. I think that was the biggest mistake because you had a lot of fans invested in all these stories and they shit the bed there, man.
There are too many good characters and too many good stories to say it wasn't ever there. I mean, honestly, that's the easiest thing to go off of because you buy that property.
And I totally get it. Well, I get it only because like if you're a creator and you're trying to create something, you have a fan that read a book and said, no, that can't happen because this happened at this time and this and you're just like, fuck, I need to be able to like write a fucking story without having being fact checked like the fucking president and shit,
I just think that's part of the problem, though. It's almost like G.I. Joe with Snake Eyes. Mm-hmm. You had the material. Mm-hmm. Make the movie, and people, if you make it well, everyone's going to love it. But when you try to go, like, hey, no, it's because it's already done. I'm going to go completely the opposite way. And it's just complete trash. Mm-hmm. That's... Star Wars gets in, all these guys get in trouble the same way. And
I get excited every celebration. It always gets me, man. It gets me, but
it's a new hope.
Yes. Fucking A.
I had tickets to go to the one in Orlando on Easter. The year Rogue One came out.
2017?
Yeah. 16, somewhere around there. And I couldn't go, so I sold the tickets. But man, because if I knew what I know now, I probably would have strangled Rian Johnson there at the fucking con, dude. I mean,
look at that.
Good Lord.
Wow.
Mama.
Look at that, dude. Who is this? Anwar Gant. I draw and paint stuff.
Hell yeah. Anwar.
Check out his shit. Whoa.
Damn. Wow. Hey, that's Eva.
Whoa.
That's Eva.
Whoa. He definitely draws and paints stuff.
Isn't this how we found Mark Spears, dude? We just went down a rabbit hole and found all his same fucking way, dude.
I bet you could go back and find that episode, dude.
Dude, that's Eva Longoria, bro.
That is, bro.
I know a guy went to high school with her.
Her grandma lived right by my house, dude. And there was many a times that I'd ride my bike by her house.
Look at that. Jesus.
Mama. Are those heels? Hey, bro. This Anwar cat's pretty good, man. Good Lord. Hey, Anwar.
Jesus.
Did you do a
best
book
abs and butt?
Wow. Good Lord, that's She-Hulk, bro.
This is pretty unreal. Oh my god.
Look at that magic cover. Wow.
Where the hell do you find these artists, Brian? Damn.
It's synchronicity, baby. Synchronicity.
Yeah. I love Justin in chat.
Hey,
this and Wonder Dude is good.
Hey, bro. I knew she had a tattoo right there. I fucking knew it.
Yeah, dude. Look at this.
Oh man, that's good. She looks pissed.
Right?
Bro, that's the look of the wife give you when you don't do the dishes, bro.
Hey, Joe. Hey, Hippie. Back in the kitchen. Back in the cocina.
You know, my wife, she'll give me like a grocery list and she'll put in a random thing that she knows I'll probably fucking forget, dude. You know what I mean? Like a toothpick or some bullshit like that. I'll nail all the other stuff. And that'll be the first thing she's asking. Did you get the toothpicks? Oh, I knew it. I knew it.
Mandalorian and Grogu trailer. Did you hear that?
Oh, can't wait.
I saw some of the posters or the art for it because the Razor Crest is on it.
Yeah. And also, did you hear about Ahsoka Part 2? Did you guys hear about that?
Yeah, with Hayden.
And so Darth Vader's coming back. The Rory Keane guy or whatever that guy's name that played the badass in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, they recasted him, right?
Yeah. Remember the dude that played the big, tall badass that was always fucking up that one chick night?
Mm-hmm.
That dude's gonna play the guy who died. He's gonna replace
the Hound?
him. The Hound, yeah.
Yeah, the mentor.
Yeah, he's Rory Balin Skull or whatever.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that the whole Ahsoka is gonna be like what's going on still on that planet and her trying to get off. Mm-hmm. And I imagine Vader's probably gonna go looking for her or something like that. You know, that'd be dope. And wow. So, anyways, but at the same time, it's Thrawn has gotten off planet, and it's him versus Akbar, dueling it out in a big, huge fucking naval space odyssey. You know what I mean? Wow. So, yeah, it's gonna be dope, dude. Hopefully, they can make Admiral Thrawn actually look cool. They really, they really fucked up the way the person they chose for him. I thought it was gonna be a good role at first, but it just didn't feel right.
Just the way he looked, because the sound was perfect. Just the way he spoke.
Yeah.
Just that Thrawn, just everything is just so calm and just so exact. But the way he looked, he kind of looked like, I don't know, kind of like that guy who works with your dad, who's probably pretty smart, but instead of wearing like a button up, he wears like the cut off sleeves with the plaid shirt, and he's kind of got the dad jeans, and just he's got the pocket protector. He's like, I'd take him seriously if he didn't look like such an idiot.
Yeah. It says here, Favreau said this is going to be his last celebration. So that's interesting. Talks about writing smart villains.
So that makes me wonder about when you're talking about Kennedy, if she's still somehow another in play, if he's just, because I would think someone like him, if she's still around, like, I'm done, because someone like him or Filoni should be taking her role.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Oh, look, and they're talking about Plagius?
Yeah, I think I remember seeing the movie. There's one scene that sticks out, and it probably sticks out for everybody, which is that, have you heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
So it is Plagius. It is Plagius.
Darth Plagueis.
I like Plagueis better.
Yeah, the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise. Man, they missed an opportunity, man.
I know.
Snoke.
What a waste.
Bro, come on, man.
What a waste. They bring him back in a character and ooh, what a terrible
there you
picture,
go.
bro.
Ah!
Yeah, that was, what the fuck?
Ah!
That's pretty good. Oh, did you hear they're doing a season 2 of Acolyte?
Oh, man.
Really?
Yeah. Did you see how badass these Star Wars badges are? Let me show you this shit, dude. This shit's crazy.
Yeah.
This is the worst one, but it's even still kind of good. I think this is Momoko.
Oh, man.
Is this
It looks like
Momoko?
Momoko.
Look at how good these are, dude. We saw these a while ago, and I forgot about them. And then I saw the look at the Asajj Ventress. Hold on, that one's really good right there. Really fucking good. Like really good. That one's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
That one's decent. There we go. Look at that.
Yeah, that's badass.
That is sick.
You know what? I don't know if you guys have seen it. The documentary on Disney Plus about ILM. They have season 2 now, but all that raw footage that they had with the ILM guys that they kind of threw together, and they all had these different talents from like Dennis Muren and John Dykstra, all these creative talents, and they put them all in this one like hot box to create some effects for George Lucas's movie, and there was a scene where Dykstra said, "Well, we got to get some shots done," so they had one of the cannon just firing a couple of shots from the Death Star, and they had another shot of like a TIE fighter. And so Lucas is filming in Tunisia, and he comes back, and all they have are 2 shots, and they've already gone through a couple of $1 million, right? Because they're building like
the technology.
Yeah, and they're just building this, and they weren't organized at all, and fucking Lucas just fucking like just freaks out.
Nuts.
Like that's all you got? He said, "Yeah, we got 2 shots."
Who is this? I gotta see who this is. Keep on going. I want to. So what?
No, that was the gist of it, and then so like like there's so much content, like I didn't give it a watch, and then so day before yesterday I said like let me see it, and it just they cleaned it up, all this old video and everything, put 4K to it, and it looked fucking awesome, dude.
Takumi is the name of the artist.
Oh, it wasn't Momoko?
No.
They've got similar styles.
Yeah, I'm trying to find them. This dude's badass. You walk a tightrope looking for art sometime, especially on Twitter. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see him walking that tightrope right now. Let's see here. See if we can get him. There we go. That's smart. Follow. Ooh, look at that. That's dope. That's a dope little logo. The cat logo with the X-ray.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, this dude's badass. Look at that. You can get these little prints from him. That's dope. He's signing them. Wow. Right? This dude's badass. That's really fucking good.
It's kind of creepy with the rat on her shoulder, bro.
Yeah. Ooh, I love that fucking Darth Vader, bro.
Oh yeah, that's
the samurai Darth Vader.
Yeah, right.
That's perfect. The Yoda's pretty dope too.
Oh, he's levitating. Looks like he's taking a shit.
It looks like he's done. That's interesting. Wow. Look at that. Is this some type of manga series he's done? That is just killer stuff.
It's different.
It is, right? There's Marvel characters like samurai art type stuff.
Hey, did you see the Fantastic Four trailer, bro?
Yeah. Did you see it, Nate?
I'm scared, bro.
So
I'm
am
worried.
I. So am I.
All right.
You want to watch
It'll
it?
be all right.
You want to watch it?
I think it'll be better than you expect.
I hope so, man. I hope so.
Why do you think that?
I think it'll be pretty good. I don't know. I just, I honestly, for some reason, everything Pedro Pascal's in, it's very good, and I just got a feeling like it's almost like 1 out of 3. Like you can't mess with Fantastic Four that many times, and it's just a little bit different. I also too, I don't know if they want to show like probably what they think are some of the best parts in the trailer. It's kind of, to me, it's a little bland, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Here's my thing. I think that it has a chance to be really good. But the story has got to be good. The story has got to be good. It has, like, if they did something where they were on their timeline, Galactus comes to their timeline, they figure out a way to get out, and they end up on our timeline. And then everything that happened on their timeline is like their timeline. But that means that there's a Silver Surfer out in the 616 world, and there's a Galactus out in the 616 world. And then at the end of the movie, they show up on our timeline. It shows them how like finally fitting in, and then the our Silver Surfer shows up. The
real Silver Surfer, yeah.
Or maybe at the end of Avengers Doomsday, the real Silver Surfer shows up.
And that's why I was wondering if like they're waiting for Doomsday before they actually bring in like Norrin Rad or something like that. But
and then Downey's got to help them as like that's what we like about Doom, right? Doom is like a vigilante. He's like a good and a bad guy. And if they do something where like now Doom has to help fight for the world, and that would be cool. And it's against Galactus, like the whole Hickman thing. Holy shit. That would be amazing.
They dressed up Robert Downey Jr. and he looks like fucking Thor's dad, Anthony Hopkins, dude. Right, bro?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it looks bad. Yeah.
Bro, we were talking to Mark Spears and Mark was like, what the fuck are they doing? Right? Or who were we talking to? Was it Mark? Or who brought that up? That was it Wednesday?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, fuck, I can't remember if it was Clutch or Mark or but somebody said like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know, man.
I'd say we take one at a time. Let's get to Thunderbolt, see how that is, because I think Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four are going to be very good. I'm siding on the positive. On both.
I'm hoping that with Thunderbolts is like a thing, and they show how powerful Sentry is. And then he turns at the end, and now Sentry's a good guy, and he's helping for the Doomsday shit. You know what I mean?
That's the part I'm curious exactly what happens on that. Yeah.
I tell you, I would be confident the Thunderbolts would be fucking epic if James Gunn was directing that shit. Because there would be a soundtrack from hell. It would be fucking...
Well, they already got Starship in the trailer, so I don't know how much more they need. I mean, they hey, careful now. Watch. But I mean, the thing is, it's just like everything else what they've got. They get these, Sentry being good or bad. but they, they're how many? We can name it on one or two people, like the villains that they've had to actually make it out as a villain, and so that's why I doubt he will be. That's why I figure he'll become Bob or whatever. Hey Bob
from Top Gun.
Bob.
Well, we'll see.
But that's why if Elena and Winter Soldier,
Wow.
they can carry the day for that movie.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We'll see how it all plays out. I am real fucking high on cannabis right now.
What's today?
Yeah.
What is it?
You're early.
4/19.
Yeah. Anyways, there was something else I was going to talk about.
Hey, can I ask you guys a random question? Just this is completely off subject, but have you seen Celtic City on HBO Max?
Fucking amazing.
It is the best sports documentary I've seen since The Ghost of Flatbush.
Bro.
Not the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Fucking amazing.
Phenomenal. And I'm not a Celtics fan, but I mean, it is absolutely incredible.
What is
it? So I tell you how it originated was Bill Simmons, who kind of created the 30 for didn't kind of he did create the 30 for 30, and he had that tumultuous relationship with ESPN and when he called out the commissioner for that whole Ray Rice debacle, they dismissed him or they parted ways mutually. But he saw the Michael Jordan 9-part, and he goes like, no, this is the way it needs to be done, and I'll show you. And that was kind of his. It wasn't an FU. It was like, hey, this is how you tell the story. So like he goes all the way back to with Russell and
Cousy,
and just the was it the last 2 parts, Nate, where they covered Len Bias, and then they said
Reggie,
Reggie Lewis. Bro,
what are you talking about? What is this?
And then Rick Pitino.
They did a documentary. Series?
Rick Pitino.
Yeah. So there's a series on HBO Max right now. I think it's 7 episodes. I think it's 9 total.
Yeah.
And it's about the Celtics, and it's about the history of the Celtics, and then Boston as well, just how everything commingles together. And it really kind of starts off talking about Bill Cousy, or the best part is Bob Cousy.
Yeah.
And so and Red Auerbach's like, I don't want that Cowsey guy, because he played at Holy Cross, and so he didn't draft him. And then he was actually selling. And Joe, I can't remember exactly if he was selling, but he was selling, like he was a salesman somewhere. And then eventually the Celtics got him to come and play. And it was just the whole thing about how the Celtics got started, and just like their, how there wasn't as much interest in basketball, and then how kind of the interest really peaked up, and then how it waned again back in the 70s, especially when they had Cowens, and there are just so many interesting characters, this whole thing. And then the whole part about like watching Bird and McHale and Parrish, I didn't think Robert Parrish had that much personality until watching the documentary.
Yeah. Look at this. What up, Mark?
The man. I love it. The man.
What's going on, brother? How you be? All right. So is this documentary out on all platforms, or just you'll have to have
HBO Max? Or
So so Reggie Lewis, so Len Bias, I think Joe was like 2 episodes ago, and then Reggie Lewis was the episode after that.
Dude, that's so crazy that they had 2 like talents within 2 years, both died.
86 and 93. And then I remember watching the Hornets playoff series and watching Reggie Lewis fall.
Yeah.
And then he never played again. And then that's when it explains that during the documentary that he was at Brandeis University, just kind of warming up. And someone's like, yeah, I heard a basketball. It's like, oh, it must be Reggie. And then all of a sudden they didn't hear basketball. I'm like, oh, he must have left. And that's when they saw the body. It's insane.
Dude, can you imagine how many championships they would have won with Len Bias and Bird?
I still remember my mom picking me up from tennis in North Carolina, because the ACC was so small back then, and you knew every player back in the day. And I was like, Mom, let me tell you. She's like, shut up. She's like, Len Bias just died, and she had the radio on. I mean, it was just unbelievable,
bro.
Wasn't it the reason they got that pick? I mean, they really shouldn't even have had that, right? Because they were an amazing team already.
Yep.
You're going up against the Lakers almost every year. Yep. And then you get Len Bias. They were just like, all the media back then was saying, well, it's they're going to be the dynasty. The Lakers can't even hang with them now. And then that happens, man. What a tragedy. That would have changed basketball forever.
It would have, because
the Magic having the 5 rings in the 80s, it would have been Bird would have had maybe 7
They
rings.
traded Gerald Henderson to the Supersonics.
Right.
And that's how they got the pick.
And the same thing happened with the Lakers when they drafted James Worthy. When you're a winning franchise, like, you can gamble like that.
Fine.
But the funny thing is, the Len Bias, I don't want to say he dominated Jordan in college, but he would have been an adversary and would have made it a lot tougher for Jordan to just completely take over defensive. He had all, when you talk about 5-tool talent in baseball or whatever, Len Bias was a guy that he was a phenomenal shooter.
So those ACC teams, back in the day, it was always NC State, Carolina, and Duke was kind of coming on with Dan Barry. Maryland and then Georgia Tech was really good, and I want to say 85, and it had Mark Price, Daryl Dalrymple, and then John Sally, because they won the ACC. And I want to say it was the next year, Maryland, but it was Len Bias. I mean, he carried that whole team. It was Len Bias, and he was hands down, because UVA had gone through their highs with Ralph Sampson, but Len Bias was incredible. I mean, he was just dominant. And then when he passed away, Maryland, they basically pushed out Lefty Drizel.
Drizel.
And Maryland was nothing until almost 10 years later, until they got Gary Williams and he brought in Joe Smith.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
think about Larry Bird. He had to leave basketball basically a little bit too early because of his back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He would, and Magic Johnson, because of the whole HIV and all that kind of stuff. So, but Bird, if he would have had Len Bias for a couple of years,
you could have load managed him.
Dude, he could have sit there and saved his back. I mean, like you said, it changes the whole landscape of basketball to where, does Jordan win 6 anymore? Right? Yeah. We don't know. I mean, it's been a great Marvel what if, right? If Len Bias,
or how about a Mark Spears what if? How about that?
Well, there you go. give me the rights to do it, and I'll
go back and watch highlights of Len Bias versus Michael Jordan. That ought to tell you how good Bias was. Just phenomenal.
And even Joe, remember in this series, Jackie McMullen, I think for this or the Boston Globe, she's talking about no one ever blocked Jordan shot.
Oh,
Len Bias is the only guy who'd actually blocked. He shut him down 4 times in one game. Len Bias is one of the few guys who'd actually keep up with Jordan. He was just that good.
You never saw Michael Jordan jump shot blocked. Bias blocked his jump shot, bro. Man, dude, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
It is, bro. 100%.
And then the Reggie Lewis part was about that.
But they came back later and said that it wasn't. He didn't. Yeah. But man.
Hey, I wonder what this sells for in a 9.8. Rolling Stone.
How Magic stays positive. Positive with what? HIV?
Wow. Wow.
Those summer nights. OJ takes a stab at family life.
Oh my God. I mean that.
Oh wow, bro.
No, this isn't real.
Is that real, Brian?
It's not real. No. That's not real, bro.
No, I could tell something look right. Hell, he stays positive,
bro. You had me, dude. I was about to go on a fucking buy this shit.
I was like, man, how is this not a Baywatch cover? Look at him, he's dying.
How Magic's Days.
Man, you could have been selling those at a con, right? That's that Rolling Stone cover. It never came out. Red Hood be give me 50.
October 28th, 19.
Which one of those is Jenny Bus?
Hey, so since we're talking about some random shit, they released the RFK files day before yesterday.
Really?
Right? And so the second file, right, from the FBI confirms that Kennedy's
just so everybody knows, you're talking about Robert Kennedy.
Right. Yeah.
His wound, like he was shot from like 6 inches in the back of the ear and another wound in the back. And
so you're saying Sirhan shot him one and then somebody else shot him.
Oh yeah. And that is confirmed, bro. And they know who did it. It was a guy that dressed up like a security guard and was behind Kennedy at the time. And then he sold the gun. The FBI had him, and he had the same type of gun as Sirhan. And he said he had sold the gun in May, which was a fucking lie. But he actually sold it like 2 weeks later after Kennedy died. It's nuts, bro.
It's crazy how all this stuff is
Joe,
coming
so
out.
you would appreciate this. If you actually go to my parents' house, there's a letter downstairs from Ethel Kennedy, Bobby's wife, because my dad was one of the guys who buried Bobby Kennedy.
Oh my goodness. Wow. That is crazy.
It is.
Have y'all talked about that video? That I thought that was a stunt, right? I didn't think it existed. Because I was watching some news program, the Congress lady or something was on there and said, "Oh yeah, and we just found out yesterday that there is a video out there of Oswald right beside the motorcade, right? So he couldn't have possibly done it." And the NBC has it. I'm like, okay, that's just a hearsay. No, then a week later, Oliver Stone is testifying before Congress and says, yes, that video exists and I've seen it. Have you not, Bryan? This is crazy. Because I was telling my wife about that, and I was like, but it's a legendary video. I don't know if it really is true, but no, Oliver Stone sits there and says, I've seen it. You need to make NBC show it to you, and you can judge your own opinion about it, because he got to see it because of his movie that he made.
That I remember all the flack Oliver Stone got with the movie JFK, and the whole gist of that whole movie was him bringing Clay Shaw to trial, and saying that he worked for the CIA, and he was kind of just the Jim Garrison, the Kevin Costner character, Jim Garrison, was kind of just like, stigmatized as a lunatic trying to just blame people for the Kennedy assassination. But come to find out that Clay Shaw, or Clay Bertrand, he used another name, but did work for the CIA.
Yeah.
And Oswald knew him, knew Jack Ruby, like they were all
Let's see what this together. Says. I want to hear this.
Mr. D. Eugenio and I saw a film of a potential Oswald watching the motorcade go by, which means that he was downstairs at the time of the shooting, and that would be very interesting to see. We couldn't say for sure that was Oswald, but it's a man who looks like him. So I think it would be a very good idea for the task force to subpoena NBC, which has the original film.
Yes, they supposedly have the original. Yeah.
They have the original film. They've refused it twice to be shown.
Yes.
And if this task force could easily get that, and the American public should have a right to judge for itself who was standing there.
According to Pew Research, trust in the federal government has plummeted from 74% in 1958 to 22% in 2025. That's a trajectory that is...
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. It's nuts, all this stuff.
Here's the thing. Why sit on that? If you're a news company, wouldn't that be like, oh, yeah, we own that film, man. People will want to see this. No, they don't want it to be seen. Why? That's crazy.
Yeah,
they're
that's
protecting
pretty weird.
people. They're protecting.
Yeah, they're protecting.
I think they're the same people who have the original Mark Spears monster photo when he was a kid, and they are trying to protect the public.
They have it.
They know what they have, and they're like, if we unleash this, God knows what'll happen.
Yes.
Unreal.
I'm ready, bro. I'm ready for the con, bro.
They
Hey,
want this smeared.
That's the first Smears book, bro.
Yeah, check this out. Look at this, you guys. Show that again, Mark.
Oh, yeah. It's right up there. I might have to smear it more, but see, it's there. Smeared.
Hey, dude, he did that for me, dude. I almost started crying, bro. Tell him, Brian. I was like, oh my god.
Hey, Red Hood, did you get your Unholy One cover in?
On Monday. On Monday. I'm going to do an unboxing, bro.
Sweet.
Ooh. So, I don't think a lot of
people... It better not come Damage Comic, Tom.
I don't think a lot of people...
Or we're going to have to go on an emergency drama alert, bro. I'm telling you, bro, that shit better... Hey, dude, that shit better come with fucking, like, acrylic.
I think you're safe. I think
that bitch better not come.
It needs one of the Spider-Man cases, right? Yeah. It needs one of the where you unlock it. Spider-Man metal cases.
Yeah.
Bro, that better come like it better not be in a fucking
Joe, how much did you pay for
that? Bro.
Joe, how much did you pay for that?
Like 700, 800, something like that.
Hey, find me a mini coffin a comic will fit inside, and that's how I'll send out some of these really expensive books. Would that not be awesome? You open up a little mini coffin, there's
you need to get your own box made, Mark, like your own little monsters box.
Yeah, it looked like a coffin.
Yeah. That'd be like the Undertaker box.
Yes.
Well, it's cool, dude, because like you try and imagine what kind of a voice this guy would have, dude. Like,
yeah, tell us a little bit about the character, Mark.
Gosh, I don't want to ruin anything, but let's just say this.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, let me tell you this part, and then I'll go into some more. He has been mentioned already, but you don't know it. If you look back at the issues that have been released, someone talks about him, but you don't know that it's the Unholy One. I'll put it that way. So we got some little mystery and secret out there. He is the antagonist that will be going forward. There's a lot of things where it's a switcheroo on a lot of stuff that I won't give things away, but yeah, he's the dude, man. He's the dude has arrived when he shows up, and the people that might be you consider the bad guys, maybe they aren't the bad guys when he arrives. So
hey Mark, can I volunteer Joe to be his voice whenever you decide what he sounds like? Because Joe's got so many voices between the mother-in-law and his emperor. You know, I mean, like, there's so many. I was like, he can do the Unholy One.
Can you imagine him sitting there talking, and all of a sudden some hot girl comes in, he goes, "Mama."
Oh, the Unholy One, Mama. Mama.
That's such a sick looking character with the I love the design of the
bro. People look at that and they go into a trance or something, dude, with that fucking like
the way that it lines up perfectly with his sternum. It's almost like it's right as his xiphoid process.
You can see all the muscle striations.
Bro, that's cool shit.
That's great.
I can't wait to get my book, bro.
It's not near.
I'm gonna sleep with that.
So let's talk about this, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out. Mark Spears' Monsters trading cards have returned, and we got a new Kickstarter starting here soon. With the Unholy One.
It'll start the 25th, so we got 6 more days, and it'll go live. It'll start on Friday.
Awesome. It's huge. Let me go ahead and figure out.
We're gonna have boxes, blaster boxes. We'll have hobby boxes. They'll come in packs inside, and then we'll probably even offer some packs. Like if you don't want a box, if you just want like 3 packs, I'll probably do one like that as well. And then we're gonna have complete sets. Now the complete set will have mostly everything there. There are some cards. I'm going to do some things this year I've never done before, like 1-of-1 cards. Like it's just, put in packs to where if you get this, only one's made. I thought that's kind of cool. Printing plates are kind of 1-on-1 as well. I'm going to have some sketch cards thrown in there, things like that.
Have you shown any of the images yet for any of these?
No, I sent some to you on Instagram that you could see some of how the cards are, the borders.
Can I show the
that.
pack? Can I show the pack?
Oh yeah, you show all that. Yeah.
Look at this, you guys.
No,
look at this.
That's
this
one of the packs.
I just want to fucking open it, dude.
See, I don't want to open it.
Those ripples at the top, dude.
Yeah, I'm with you. Whenever I see those.
Fucking open it,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
What if we buy the packs and don't open them, and that's got the 1-1?
Oh,
you could. That's the thing. Never sees it.
Never know.
And there's that's the prototype for the what do you call it? The hobby box.
Yeah.
One of the cool things that you're doing is you're doing comic cover cards, which is kind of cool.
Yes, that's the majority of the cards. There'll be some characters and cards and stuff in there too, and concept art stuff like that. But what I've decided to do, because I wanted to blend in the comic people and the trading card people together, so I'm taking about 200 covers, and they're going to be on these cards to where, maybe you couldn't get this cover, one of the other rare ones like that one. Maybe you couldn't get it. Now you can actually have it though, right? In a trading card form.
Yeah.
There'll be variants of that where there's going to be a black and white variant of it, right? They'll be limited to like maybe $1.99 or $2.99 made, and they'll have legacy number on it, but there'll be a black and white. There'll be a foil. There'll be a mini. You know how you do the mini baseball cards? There's going to be many of these. Then there's another one. It's kind of a ghoulish border, and that's covers that you've never seen because they never got released, like a Virgin Nightmare on Elm Street, right? We never released that, but you could actually see. And now that one is a cover that's going to come out. That's actually the cover to issue 9.
Is that Joe's
you'll find
mother-in-law?
out why he looks like that in issue 8. But in issue 9, that's the cover A.
So look how great these look, you guys.
Bro. It is.
Right?
It's incredible.
And they just look amazing.
So we're going to have things that you've never seen, where it would be like a color variant I decided not to go with, or art I didn't use. So like that one, this is the ghoulish border. That means this is more rare, and that one will be things that never came out. Like there was never a version of this. So now you can see the whole art and don't have to see the trade dress on it.
Looks great.
And there'll be color variants, things like that too. So we're doing all those. Also, if you get a complete set, which I'm only going to offer about 150 complete sets, because I only can offer that many, because some cards there's only 199 being made. We're going to offer a comic book cover you can only get if you get the complete set. So only 150 will be made of that comic cover, and you get it if you get the complete set. I'm also going to offer one other cover. If you buy like 5 boxes, you get that. So I can offer, in case the other is sold out, you can still try to get this other cover. So again, trying to blend in the trading cards and the comics. I thought it was kind of neat because a lot of people want to collect the covers, but there'll be some covers. Hey, there's some covers out there I don't even have, right? It's just the way it happened. So this time you can actually go and say, hey man, I want to see every cover Mark did on Monsters, and you can actually get them and lay them out on your table and see every single one. So
Mark, how many cards are in a set?
How many cards? I don't know yet. I went through the art the other day, and I want to say there's 160 covers. So that's been done all the way up to like number 6. And then I'm adding the Monster and the Wolf covers are going to be in there.
Yeah, you guys remember that's. Can you give an update on Monster and the Wolf stuff?
Number 2's been lettered. I've been looking at it, and we are. There's a few word balloons that I need to go get revised, but we're probably going to go to print middle May. So that's way ahead of schedule. Can't wait for that. But yeah, Monster and the Wolf cover cards that'll be in there. So I'm thinking of the base set would be probably around 200 cards. And then you'll have parallel set. So you can get the minis, which would be 200 minis. But they will be a little bit rarer than the regular base. And then there's going to be, like I said, a retro where you get the retro card stock. There'll be What else? You got let's see, minis, retro, a black and white, and then a foil. And I think on the foil, on the border, we're going to make that gold. So it's like a Grimly gold. So you get a foil that you never got to see that cover in foil before. Plus the border will be a little gold border. So you get a little bonus on both of them. So, and there'll be autograph cards we'll throw in there. There's printing plates, some stickers. I'm thinking about doing some sticker cards of characters, sticker cards of covers. So, you know, maybe we do like a cutout of the bride, so you can have that. So if you wanted to stick it somewhere, things like that.
Yeah.
But it's we're trying to make it feel like, again, like it's something that might've come out in the 80s.
I love it.
There was
that
one
kind of style.
There was one thing that I do want to show real quick, and
just curious because it's Halloween edition. If it's going live, is it actually going to come out around Halloween or towards?
It will come out Halloween
like,
this year, even though it says 2026.
Perfect time.
Yeah, that's another pack. Because I was like, you gotta have the homage if you're going to do a Halloween set, right?
Yeah, bro.
So it will come out this year. I just put 2026 because I figured if I put 2025 and, you know, say they're still selling and stuff into 2026, I don't want people to go, oh man, this is old now. So I kind of wanted to put that on there, you know, so it gives it a little bit more shelf life value. But we might actually sell out on the Kickstarter and not even have any. You know, you never know.
Yep.
But yes, it will be out. As far as I know, we're going to go to print on that in June. We would have that around hopefully September. It would be in your hands by Halloween. And I am looking, I got 6 days to figure this out, to offer a free trick or treat bag with a if I can get it printed. So that's what I'm looking for. Want the trick or treat bag.
That's dope. D from the UK asks, at Bryan, did you do the print run on Monsters? There's something special coming out for all the people that's looking for the print run on Monsters. Keep that in your head to around San Diego-ish.
Rain in Threes asked, Mark, can you confirm the print run of the C2E2 Witch cover? As I heard the original 500 print run, but have heard half got damaged.
I want to, because that's been happening a lot lately. Somebody else said that something got damaged. It was another shipment. Usually when they get damaged, right? Keenspot actually doesn't come to me and say, hey, they're damaged, because they usually take care of it, but they reprint them. I don't believe we asked for them back, right, to destroy or whatever. So I don't know. That's the Red Witch one, right? I haven't heard that one was damaged. I know that there was another cover that was damaged. It was a Dracula cover or something. But it wasn't Davis's. It was somebody else's, and they got fixed. So I don't know. It could have. I'm not sure.
I hope
I can find that out, and I'll let Bryan know. I can write Keenspot and ask him, hey, someone had a question. Was that damaged? So we'll know. I believe the print run was 500, like you said. But if they were damaged and reprinted, then that does add it, because even though the damaged ones are out there, I don't know how bad damage they were, and were those sold? Were those destroyed? I don't know.
Yeah, so that's probably the problem, is that Keenspot needs to say, hey, we want those damages back.
You know, the 2-foot werewolf, they're sitting in my dining room right now, never opened.
Good
I
on
still
them.
got those.
Yeah.
Because that's what we were doing. I think Keenspot just didn't want to have to deal with them or something, so they wouldn't ask them back. That's kind of what we needed to do. Of course, there is no more exclusives right now that we're doing, but yeah, because that way you can sit there and go, okay, I know that there's only this many that exist in the world, right? So, because, you know, I really look at our print run and the transparency in it as that's something other people aren't providing. So I want to make sure it's accurate. While we're sitting here talking, we'll get that question maybe answered by tonight. I'm going to write right now and find out, and he might hit me back up before the show is over. So,
good shit. That's going to be a big deal, that trick or treat bag. That's gonna be dope. That's a nice
That's
little.
awesome.
And I went to Hood had mentioned it.
Is he gonna press them all?
Hey, Alabama. We talked about it coming up.
Alabama
soon.
time, baby. Roll Tide.
yeah. A lot of people coming from all around the country. We've heard from a lot of people that have sent in, DMs and saying they're heading out there. It's gonna be crazy, dude. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
When Mark the other night, he was like putting together a goodie bag and he goes, "This is yours, Hood," and puts it in a box, and this too, and he signs it, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's badass!" But you got to come to Alabama to get it. And it was like,
if you want to get smeared, you got to come to Bama.
Yeah, you got to come to Alabama. And I was like, I'm going to Alabama. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go hang with Mark, Big Leg, and Clutch, and we'll try not to get Mark into trouble, right? So,
well, if the three of you guys are around it,
oh man,
good luck.
Yeah, that's already trouble to begin with. What are you talking about?
No, I just Mark's, he's like a honorary member of Beyond Wednesdays, and this has been a thing. Like, Bryan at the beginning of the show, I don't know if you saw it, Mark. We were just like, Bryan goes down the rabbit hole on artists, right? And we discovered some other artists that like draws like great looking women. And I go, man, Bryan, this is kind of how we stumbled into Mark Spears, because we saw all your Kickstarter stuff, and we were like, man, dude, this dude is fire. And then when you came out with the Momoa cover, sitting at the table just eating, it's like, bro, this dude is different. You know what I mean? So that's the cool thing about this show, where we, Bryan always gives like a lot of credit to artists that probably don't know they're being shouted out, but like he's done that for years, man. And I still remember when we stumbled onto the Mark Spears monster stuff. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
and it helps. I remember somebody had said, you need to watch Bryan's show that night, because I had seen it a couple of times where you was talking about the Kickstarter, right? This is like the first time you'd tell people to go back it, and you had backed it. And I noticed, honestly, that whole Kickstarter, I think we had 300 backers. Well, at the end, but at that time we had 100, 150. Well, it went up like 30 more people that night just because you had mentioned it, right? So people were finding out about me for the very first time. And it's huge, because a lot of these guys, they get no exposure, right? No one talks about them. And so it's great when someone discovers that and gives them a shout out and let other people know, hey, this guy exists over here, and he's got some pretty good stuff. So, yeah, I'm grateful for that, man. That was huge. And that Lobo cover was good timing. That was around June. And I remember it was, I knew when that would come out, it would get some exposure, because you just know when you look at it, you were like, okay, this is something special. And it hit at the right time. And then Monsters coming out a couple of months later, it just all, plus some Spawn stuff was coming out around that time too. So it was all just a perfect storm of stuff.
It was funny because I remember that right after we had talked about it a few shows, all of a sudden, boom, there you are on your Spawn covers. The first, did they all come out at the same time?
They had released two. They were in June. I had a Spawn cover. And then in July, I had a Spawn cover. I think both of them were A, or one was B and one was A, which that was a weird thing, because when you do this work, you don't know when it's coming out, right? So you put it in. They had sat on those for so long, and I was wondering, like, well, when's this coming out? And it just so happened, I think, let's see, the Action Comics came out in late June or first week of July. No, late June. I think it was the last week of June. Spawn comes out at the same time, right? Like a week later. So that gives me more exposure. A month later, another Spawn comes out, and people liked it even better. It was the actual one that's getting some heat right now. Then a month after that is Green Lantern War Journal, which is considered one of my better covers. So it was just boom, boom, boom. And then that led into, of course, Monsters September, but then all these Action Comics covers that I had done a year and a half earlier, finally came out at the end of last year. The Superboy one, the Superman in Space, all those, they finally hit. So that was the thing. It was a timing thing, and it just all worked. And it's just, it's great. And since then, things have just, there'll be times that I don't have anything come out probably in a month. Of course, with Dynamite, I'll probably have something coming out monthly because I did so many covers over there. But it's just, it works out that way. I just did that Gold Superman. Did I show that to you, Brian? I showed it to Hood.
Yeah,
I got to show.
You talked about it. I haven't seen it yet. So
okay, I gotta show it to you. I turned that in the other day, and they loved it so much they moved some things around to get it out even earlier, right? So I don't know when that's hit. That should hit here in the next 3-4 months because of solicitation. But yeah, you just don't know when you turn things in. Like I was thinking that G.I. Joe would be out earlier. That's going to be, I think that's even pushed back to like November when the Commander cover comes out. But it is weird. Like my stuff though, when I did the Spawn, those 4 Spawns in March of 23, I had nothing to hit shelves. I did the Power Rangers, but again, those were exclusives for Whatnot, right? So no one ever saw those unless they were at a con. Headless Horseman was the next book that came out for me, and that was October. Then nothing else sits on the shelf. Nothing gets on the shelf until World's Finest in January, and that's an incentive. It's a 1 in 25 or whatever, 150, I think. So people didn't see it when they walked in. So that was, I think, a little bit what it took is for my stuff to actually reach shelves in the summer of 24. And that's when people started noticing. So it's just, again, it's the stream of luck and stuff. You can put the work in, but it takes some luck to actually get it out there and everything. So,
well, it also,
speaking of incentives, I don't want to forget, people have been talking about this today. Number 6 incentive. You might have seen it for. It's the first time and I did this because me and you had talked about this. We never have done another 1 in 50 since issue 1. So I said, let's try a 1 in 50 foil, which we've never done before. And that's what is on number 6. So it's a 1 in 50 foil for a foil incentive for the first time and a 1 in 50. So wow. People have been talking about it all day, writing me saying they're buying them up from all the pre-sales and stuff,
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's I've never seen anything like it. We talk about it all the time. Obviously, it's just something fun to watch, and you're easy to root for, Mark. I think that's the other thing, brother. So it's going to be fun to watch what happens in Huntsville coming up, which is going to be unreal.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah,
Mark, when you were on last weekend, I don't think I got a chance to tell you this, but so the comic book shop I go to in Texas, for the first time, this is the only time they've ever had a section for an artist for your stuff.
Oh, wow.
I mean, you should, it's just great. And people just, the guy who runs the shop, Chaz, great guy. And he's just like, man, we cannot get enough Mark Spears stuff. He's like, just can't get enough. And he's like, whether or not it's, the monster stuff, it goes, but he's like, Silverhawks, Thundercats, anything he does, he's like, you just cannot keep it in stock. People love it. I'm like, it's incredible. I'm like, if you watch the show, I'm like, the guy's just such a,
what the hell is this?
Down to earth guy.
Look at this.
Look at that.
Oh my goodness. What the hell's going on? I step away for a minute. You guys are
well, that was the whole idea. We didn't want to show you.
What the fuck? Mark, bro. Mama.
Is that what? If that, tell me, is that is this the cover and then the foil would be the 150?
Bro, this is
the foil is actually one of my characters, a witch. But I think we're going to do something like that because we did get the rights. Nick said, yeah, if you want to do a foil version or something like that, but we only can offer so much at Lunar. So if we do a foil of that or something, it would probably be offered at Keen Spot. But the cool thing about this, if you match it up to the other version of this, the one I did for Vampirella Armageddon #1, they match. The covers will connect. So and it's monsters on that one. So
are they selling them at Golden Apple already?
They might not have them listed yet. What? Oh, there it is, the witch, and it's it's also a virgin. So it's we've never done that either. So it's a virgin hollow foil variant.
Look at that. That is nuts,
man.
That looks like my mother-in-law, bro.
I didn't say it this time. I just assumed it was going to come.
This cover is so damn creepy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the green. And that's cover A with the Golden Man, which is a new character that shows up that issue. So I wanted to give him cover A. But all of them have the green theme to it that month. I thought that's kind of cool. We'll do that. And even the exclusive I'll probably put out that month to go along with those will be green as well. It's going to be a Hod. So
that's cool.
Brian, I look at that and I'm just sitting there praying like Mark should do an Iron Maiden cover, because you see that, you see Eddie.
Yeah.
Yes. Damn, that's good.
Because that's like a power slave mummy, and like you pull in like the trooper or something. It's gonna be incredible.
That is
cool. That one that almost looks like the monsters is lighting up his back.
Yes.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, it does.
That's gonna be
good call on that one, Brian. That's a good cover, man.
All right. It's always
so. Have you seen if you haven't seen that one yet, I can email it to you, Brian. Let me see. It's it was in a PR to me. They might not have released it, but I'm sure it'd be all right to do it. Here it is. Copy.
God, Mark, we did have one question from one of the guys who actually comes on the show once in a while, Adam, and he was talking about the Kickstarter. He's like, if it's an 80s Kickstarter for the cards, does bubblegum come in the packs?
I wanted to, but I did it for the first series, but they discontinued the gum. So I might try to do a card this time that looks like a stick of gum and like it's already been chewed up or something by Igor or something. I'm going to do something funny about it, but I got to do something to acknowledge that. Awesome. Okay, so I got that answer to that question for you, Brian. 284 total copies were damaged in shipping.
There you go.
It says that they have them in the process for reprinting. They've not shipped out yet.
Oh, good. So there won't be any extra copies out there.
No, I don't think so.
So check this out, you guys. You guys ready for this? So you saw the Vampirella cover. Look at the cover that's coming from Dynamite. Look at that. That is so badass.
Oh, man.
That's cool, man.
It is.
You know, like these are fun, man. You know what I mean? I haven't had this much fun with comics in a while.
Shout out. Yeah, dude, I'm with you. Big time.
And I tell you, Nick was so, again, Nick is Nick. You say you root for me. It's hard not to root for Nick on the stuff like this. I'll just tell you, it didn't cost me a penny to do any of this. Nick was like, let's just swap them, Mark. And I was like, wow. A lot of people would have said, if you want to do this, Mark, it's going to, I'm charging you this or this. He said it'll be fun and it's what the comics people would like and all that. And it's true, man. I think that's just awesome. To walk into a store and you'll be able, and I didn't even know it was going to be on a Vampirella #1. It's a new little mini series thing. To see my monsters on a Vampirella book is hilarious to me. I thought,
pretty
wow,
badass.
Yeah, bro.
So, I think it was a good cover. That's why there's Dynamite on there. For Dynamite.
Oh, that's cool.
In Monster Squad, if you remember, it blew up the werewolf. So I thought,
that's right. Yeah,
I watched Monster Squad the other day.
Nod to both of those.
Dude, Monster Squad was such a great moment for me as a kid. My dad,
I remember that, man.
It was sold out everywhere, right? And my dad goes, "We're gonna go see it," and he took me and my brother to our first drive-in movie. We went to the old drive-in out here in Phoenix. and we watched Monster Squad there, dude. It was such a great memory. And the other night, I'm on YouTube after show. I'm getting ready to pass out, and I watch all my shit through YouTube nowadays or some of their websites. And they had Monster Squad for free on YouTube. You could watch it for free. So I was like, oh my God, dude.
They dropped a lot of movies on YouTube that you can just watch for free. And I don't know what the strategy about that is, but
they're old. They're old,
yeah,
right?
They're old.
Shout out to High Voltage Mark that dropped a $19.99 super chat, and it was funny because I saw in the chat somebody went, "Was that a huge fart?" So shout out to High Voltage Mark. He says, needed to ask this. Comic Art House has these prints for sale. Is this the closest I can get to buying a Mark Spears OA?
Kinda. They had approached me a long time ago. They only have a few of my covers because it was only up until they had the Lobo. Someone bought that one. It was around that time, like probably in 23, early 24. I don't know if they have some of my other DC stuff or not. I think Lobo was the last one that they got. But they had them. That was a lot of digital artists who work in the industry recommended them to me and said, hey, yeah, this is a way you can do your original art. These are like artist proofs. So they have them made up. Oh, they're really... It was the best color thing I've ever seen. Like it looked like my computer screen and not like a print on a cover. When you print something on a cover, the colors are just washed out, right?
Yeah.
But the way they got them done, I don't know how they did it. I think it cost a lot to make these each. It kept the colors true to form. So, and I signed each one of them and all that. That's probably, if you like that cover, that's the best way to do it. I don't have them all on there. I'll probably start offering the other ones myself, on my website or something like that. And I do things like when I do an artist proof, it's like this.
I got something to also show you guys when after we get done with this. It's pretty cool.
Oh, look at this.
Look at that. I mean,
bro, he's got the poster, bro.
God almighty. Holy
artist
mackerel.
proof, right? So this is the only one that exists of this.
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
So
that's very cool.
What I do for artist proofs. And if I do it, I've done it on the Kickstarter before. So if you get an artist proof for me on something like Monsters or something else I've done, Spawn, it'll be on canvas 24 by 36. Only one would be made, right? And I'd sign it that way.
Are you going to take one of those to the show?
If you mind it, I'll take it. I might take it to the show and we'll see. Because Melissa was saying, hey, you should take some of those. So we might.
Yeah, at least a couple, man. You might
just to show people what it looks like, if nothing else.
Oh, you'll get an offer, bro.
But there is sketches and stuff like that exist of some covers, but they're not fully rendered. Like I didn't sit there and draw out everything of Lobo, but I might have sketched where everything was going to be. So then there's that original art and stuff like that too. But again, to answer the question, yes, if you like that cover, that's the closest thing you're getting to that cover. But like I said, if there's something on there that you wanted of mine that wasn't on there, I still have it. And I would have printed it up probably 24 by 36. So
that's a game changer, bro.
Yeah.
Right? Like, well, I've heard of original art, but not like that.
Not that.
Yeah. Also, do you mind if I show one of the sketch covers? You're going to be offering sketch covers to if anybody goes to the Huntsville show, you'll have sketch covers already available. You aren't going to be sketching at the show necessarily, but you'll have.
I just got these in. Yeah, there's some. I got these in, and I'll be drawing on all this stuff. Right? That's what I'm doing next week. This is kind of cool. Swamp Thing.
Oh, the Swamp Thing is going to be badass, man.
Batman. I got a Hulk. I got all these for the con, right? So I'm going to draw. Red Hood will probably buy all of these. I'm going to draw.
Is there a G.I. Joe in that stack?
Hey, bro. I got some sketch covers, bro, that would blow your mind, Mark. I'm bringing them.
So yeah, I'll be drawing on all those. I've got a few done already, but I plan to have probably 30 to 35 sketch covers ready, sitting there. So if you do want to come and go, oh, I want an original piece of art by Mark, and he ain't got time to commission, you can buy one of these sketch covers.
Bro, what would be the best sketch cover you could do?
Zartan.
No. With the trade, the
gotcha, with the trade dress.
Yeah.
The way he showed that Batman with the Joker and Batman.
Oh man, yeah.
I sold that Batman Joker the other night. It was I sold it on the Discord auction. Like I said, that went for so low considering what I would have charged at the show for it. So somebody got a great deal. It'll probably be on eBay soon.
Don't send it.
Don't
send it.
No, I did. They're fans that bought it, so I'll send that. But I think
it accidentally fell down though.
And I was talking to my wife the other day, and I said I might just have to go out and buy me some markers on Monday, and we'll just start coloring this stuff too. I'm going all out, man. I'm gonna enjoy myself. So things that you can't get from me regularly, you can't really get sketch covers. People beg me to get colored stuff, right? Because markers and stuff. I'm like, oh man, I don't have to go and invest in I'm probably gonna go out and buy me a whole set of markers, ink it, mark it up, and have it ready. So
it's gonna be awesome.
All that stuff will be ready though. Yeah, I'm finishing up this weekend. I just turned number 5 in for print. I had to get that done and to bed. So that's done. I got to work on these secret projects. I got 3 of those things I got to get turned in by next Friday, but I'm doing pretty good on those. And besides the Kickstarter, getting all the pictures ready, which ain't gonna take a day or two. It's sketch covers for the rest of the time. Oh, and not only sketch covers. Bought me some of these.
Oh, yeah.
Sketch cards, baby. Gonna have some sketch cards there.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's going to be great.
I told Brian, I don't know if it's sold or it's still online, but it was a 1-of-1.
Watcher, I forgot about that. Is that still available?
See if that's still...
one of mine?
Yes.
Yeah. I think I've only drawn him once.
See, I told you it's a 1-of-1, Brian.
I totally forgot about that, Hood.
Hey, did I tell you, Brian? Like, I'm gonna hang out at the booth with Mark, and I'm running security.
Yep.
Security. Hey, no, I've got white gloves, Mark. So, like, hey, Mark, sign this.
He can hand me all my stuff.
The white gloves.
All right. Don't anybody buy it because I'm buying it right now. Don't anybody even think about buying that card. I'll curse you.
Let me see it.
It was still available?
I'll curse you. I will curse you if you buy.
I'm going to look at my old folders and see if I can find which
there
one.
There it is.
Oh, wait, you got it on here?
There it is.
Oh, that's the only one I did for that Fantastic Four set. I want to say it's the only one I ever did, period. Like, I never drew Watcher again after that, I don't think.
I found that for Brian like a couple of months ago. And I said, dude, you got to buy this. So I'm going to buy it.
What's that's a big thing. There's a lot of sketch cards out there, and those are selling. Those prices are still what they were 3 years ago, is what I'm saying.
Crazy, man.
My comic book career has not affected those. I don't think people realize that's the same person, right? That I did all those back then. Because, man, if you want a piece of art on a piece of artwork like that stuff's out there. I did so many Marvel and DC sets that, so many pieces for it. So there's a lot of DC and Marvel art already out there that you can snatch up. Some of it's not. I remember looking the other day on eBay because I was going to buy some of it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy some of my old cards. I didn't see many. They already have been sold or wasn't listed. So,
Mark, I think you need to draw on this.
Oh,
have you seen these? It just came out.
Okay, is that? Oh, okay. I thought that they're doing one though for San Diego Comic Con, right? But that's the bigger one.
Yeah, the 6-inch, the Hasbro Plus is going to be like the Cold Steel band, but Super
But
7 just came out.
that has the rubber band in it, right?
It does. The O-ring.
Okay.
Exactly.
So I've been looking at those at Target. I hadn't seen that one. I would have picked that one up. I got the bat one with the band in it.
Wild Bill just came out and he looks just like he did back in the cartoon.
Oh man!
But he has 6 fingers on the art, so maybe you could do the art for him. How about that?
Did you guys see the new Snake Eyes?
I would love to.
There's a new Snake Eyes classified.
It's the is it the 1990 version? Like
you got
version 4?
Yep, you got it. Version 4. Let's see if I can find it. V4, I think it's V4. Yeah, right.
They came out with
here it is. Look
Battle
at
Armor
this.
Cobra Commander looks good too.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Right. It looks much better than the version 4 original.
Yeah,
version 4 original.
Really
Look how good that looks.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I love the gun.
The funny part too is if you look at Big Bad Toy Store, their price is already like 20% higher than what Hasbro sells theirs at.
Good.
So
Big Bad Toy Store, you said?
Mm-hmm. So they're $31.99. You can get on Hasbro right now for $25.99.
They also didn't they also announce the Cobra Commander, but I think we already talked about the Cobra Commander.
Yeah, the battle armor, and it comes with the when he turns the Pentor into like a big lizard.
Oh yeah.
It comes with that.
Yeah.
Hey, did y'all see that they're coming out with? I thought I saw this the other day. The Constructicons again, but singles.
No
like
way.
You buy them. Yeah. Someone was like, I watched a video. People going into like Walmarts and Targets, and they had them on the shelf. Mine has never had those.
Yeah,
but they're big now, right? They're like this big.
Oh wow!
So he would be. Oh, that you got one.
Yeah.
So what did he combine?
So Scrapper and Bone Crusher right now are out in like Walmart and Target, but they're incredibly difficult to find. They're $35 a piece. I mean, they're really expensive.
Will they combine?
They will.
Oh my God.
The goal is to have all of these out by the time your next Kickstarter comes out. So they've got, I want to say Scrapper and Bone Crusher were the first two, and Scavenger and Long Haul are the next two that are coming out. And then it'll have to be Hook and Mixmaster. But the goal is to have all those out by basically the end of the year. And the aerial bots are out too. So they're doing Superion at the same time, but the aerial bots are $25. They've got, because Silverbolt is going to be just kind of like, the Constructicons, there were 6 of them, where as opposed to Constructicons, or I'm sorry, the aerial bots or everybody else had 5. So Silverbolt's the big one. And
here's all the new figures from Celebration for Star Wars stuff. You can take a look at. See if there's anything cool. New lightsabers, crystals, lightsaber crystals. Yada yada yada. Okay, here we go. Here's some new Black
I don't play
Series.
the video game. I think that's where those guys are from.
Yeah,
but I just don't know.
Yeah, it's the video game. He's got that droid. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the droid. Reminds me of my dog.
It's a cool character. Yeah, that little droid. So there you go. There's that. Got the haircut change, the head change. It kind of looks like a... I don't know what he looks like. He looks like Joe Dirt. Look at that. That's badass.
Yeah, it's like a Star Wars rednecks.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be cool.
Well,
they kind of have through AI that on Instagram they did like Star Wars, like on a what do you call it? What are these rednecks? Where do they sleep in
Trailer
their trailer park Star Wars type of deal?
Oh,
yeah. Here's Dash Rendar. Wow.
Wow.
They're doing a lot of that series.
I remember, man. I had the Outrider and everything.
Hell yeah.
Dude.
Dash Rendar was a god motherfucker.
They came out with a Prince Sizor not too long ago, so they're trying to do all of the Shadows of the Empire right now.
Another
man, that was such a fun game, dude. I remember that.
Every Shadows of the Empire was great. I remember I read the novel when it first came out, and then when I got back into Star Wars novels, I bought because I was at a job where I would drive a lot, and I would just listen to Star Wars things on tape. Look at that, Black Series Night Sister.
The only thing is, I saw that I was just like, she doesn't hit me as a Night Sister. She just doesn't look like a Night Sister. When you think like Mother Talzon and stuff like that, but
that's
but again,
awesome.
she was barely in the game.
I wanted Jed Porkins, dude.
Look at this.
You know what I mean?
Jed Porkins. Wow.
Porkins? Yeah. Look at this. This is amazing.
Oh my goodness.
They are in Tokyo, so I mean, it makes sense.
Barger was supposed to jump in tonight to give us a live look in at Tokyo.
He's having too much fun.
He is, man.
That's nuts.
He's making his O face all around Tokyo.
Look at that.
That looks great.
That's good. Oh man, 78 points of 76. Is it 76 points? 78 points of articulation is going to be going crazy with these. That's
especially
beautiful.
How it's no color except for the lightsaber.
Yeah. Oh man, that's gorgeous. I want one of those.
Yeah.
See, like that looks like it should be exclusive the way the box is and everything.
Tusken Raider with Bantha, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's okay. Next.
I bought the Stan Solo one a long time.
They've already had a figure here. I guess it's just different class.
They do. Yeah. Instead of, well, here's the thing. Now it's $17.99 versus the one they had charged you with this helmet, and the backpack was $25.99. It's crazy.
Oh, that's sick.
Ooh.
Moff Gideon.
Yeah, but he can't take his helmet off.
Oh, you can't? Oh, that sucks.
Nope.
Still dope.
They really cheaped out on that, and it looks
Here's
great.
Here's the thing on that, man. I think they wasted that great design on Moff Gideon because the whole thing about helmets and stuff like that, it's who's under them, right? You don't need to see the person. You already knew who that was. That should have been his like right-hand man, and you never saw his face, and it would have been a great character.
I agree.
I love the helmet. I love the horns.
Look at that. That's dope. Imperial Death Trooper roleplay helmet.
Oh.
With the horns, I always thought somehow or another would come back to Maul, just because the horns from Mandalore when they were following Maul, like it would all just somehow or another, and it may when they come out with the movie with the Mandalorian movie.
Whoa! Look at these. I haven't
seen that
these.
Bizarro, it's awesome.
Oh.
And he's on like the artwork, it's printed upside down. Like for like the
how good is that, dude?
It's so good.
Hey, Mark, you got to do a Bizarro, man.
Hell yeah.
I'm planning on it. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do his skin because back in the old days, his skin was almost like a cracked mirror.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I want to watch some old Super Friends and Legion of Doom and see how they did that. And wouldn't it be kind of cool if it is a cracked mirror all over his face so it reflects a little bit? I might do that.
Yeah.
I sold my first appearance of the Eradicator the other night. I had two really nice high-grade copies of 465 and 466. Sold them. Such a cool figure.
I was wondering.
Cool
I saw the figure and I didn't know when his first appearance was.
Well, isn't this the same? Was not the Eradicator. I'm thinking of Hank Henshaw.
No, you're right.
That's Hank Henshaw, right? Yeah, the Eradicator. Yeah, Cyborg Superman. He becomes Cyborg.
I just wasn't familiar with him.
Yeah, that's awesome right there.
That is
Kingdom Come
looks
armor.
So good.
Is that what that is? The armor suit.
Because that's when it was.
Yeah.
When, not Funeral for a Friend, but like after that, when Superman comes back.
That's so badass.
It looks great.
Yeah. Wow.
Todd does a great job with the figures.
But he's
I
lost
hate that he doesn't have the DC license.
Yeah,
but
he
what
lost it.
throughout this year? That's it.
Yeah,
I think he's actually got it for a little bit. I think
maybe
that,
it's half of next, or maybe it's till half or the end of 26. I'm not sure.
I was gonna say somewhere in 26.
I just loved it because he would do obscure characters no other studio would ever do. Right.
I mean, he did Kite Man.
I know it.
He's gonna do Kite Man.
How big is that? Voltron.
I don't know, but I might have to get this.
Yeah. Oh, it does come out. I thought it was just him by himself. Oh, wow.
I
Dude,
need
I
a
remember having
really
that
good.
when I was younger, the one you could put together like that.
So I had the big panache place ones, the ones that you could fit them in. I always wanted
fit the characters in.
Yeah,
Wow.
I always wanted the Matchbox ones though, because I thought they were better.
That's the one I had, the Matchbox.
Yeah.
It was great.
Oh,
The only thing was on the Matchbox, the red and the green, because of the arms, they were so small. They were hard to play with as much. The yellow and the blue one were perfect. That's the perfect size. And the black one was really good.
Did you guys watch the series on Netflix?
No, I didn't see it. Wasn't it done with 3D animation?
I'm telling you, that series.
Good.
I mean, like, they came out with the He-Man series back about like 2001, and then the Thundercats back in like 2010, and those were really good remakes. I'm telling you, hands down, there is nothing, and I can't say this enough, there is nothing that will touch that Voltron series. It is so good. It is hands down like the best thing. Like, I don't know, I probably have watched that, no kidding, like all the way through 12, 15 times. My wife has seen it a couple times, so it's that good. It's really, really good. And it's actually off Netflix now. I think you actually have to buy it like on Amazon. It's incredible. It's so good.
All right. Yeah, man.
And I never watched Voltron growing up. That's awesome. And I would buy that just because like
every episode growing up was the exact same. Where it's there to be another. Well, it's the same method as Power Rangers did, right? There's a guy. He's going to grow big at the end. Voltron will kill him. That's the same episode every episode.
So the way they've got it with when they had the Legendary series was, especially the son. Who was the
Lothar? Was that
Lothar?
Yeah.
Yes. Like he became so big, good and bad both ways. I mean, there was just so many different angles that everything took, and then you should really watch it.
I'll watch it.
I'm gonna have to try it, man, because you're not the only one. I had read something that people said that was the best version of Voltron ever, and I was like, "That's interesting." So with you saying it too, really makes me think that's something you can't miss. So I might have to try to do that when I got some downtime.
So
go ahead, Brian.
Have you guys? I want to change the subject real quick, but if that's cool, I want to talk about the Spawn series that's coming out. That the Legend of Sherry Lee Johnson. Have you seen that, Mark?
Is it the one?
So
I thought I saw a cover to it.
Yeah. So remember when Billy Kincaid had the girl, tied up in the refrigerator, and so there's this new writer, this Adam Henriques guy, said, what if Spawn didn't realize she was still alive in there, and she just, from her angle, she just sees Spawn come in here and take out her killer and just bounce, right? And then she dies, and then she holds that vengeance in her mind, and she comes back as a demon. How,
Brian, this sounds ridiculous, but is that talking back in Spawn 6?
Yes.
When Billy Kincaid showed up, I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream?
Yep.
Because that was a great issue. I still remember. I mean,
creepy. Wanda quit. She made Todd fire her because she said, "I'm not editing the book anymore if you do this. If you do this issue."
Oh wow!
So,
yeah, I had heard that they were going to do this series. They had told me, and I thought the concept was great because little small minor characters that you're turning into something bigger. I like it because it plays on the history of Spawn. the lore, which to me, the first 20, 30 issues were the best Spawn to me, just because that's when Todd was doing full duties on everything. I just loved all that.
Amen.
So, and then he's doing this cover. You can tell that's Todd.
Yeah. I mean, look how good that is. So damn good. So, and then art is going to be done by, I think, Glapion. Yeah, Jonathan Glapion, which is interesting.
How many issues is it? Does it say?
I don't think it says. It says, so this is Adam Henriques. He says, if Shara Lee was still alive, even barely, when she experienced what she experienced wasn't a rescue, it was a nightmare. She would have seen him beating the crap out of Kincaid, maybe this giant flash of him teleporting away, and that's it. And she's left to die alone. I was always like, this has to go somewhere. What happens next? So he isn't interested in retconning Spawn's origin or undoing his legacy. He's looking to complicate it. Kincaid has popped back up repeatedly throughout the Spawn universe, but his victims, not so much. That changes now.
Wow.
So, doesn't say, I don't think.
My wife beats me.
Here we go. The Curse of Shirley Lee Johnson launches Wednesday, May 2nd with a hefty 48-page debut issue. Image will also re-release Spawn number 5 to coincide with the new series, because to face Shirley Lee's story, you'll want to revisit the moment where it all went wrong. That's interesting. That's crazy. So
honestly, that kind of book reminds me of a lot of what you're getting from Hyde Street or those guys, because such good writing.
That's gonna be nuts.
It is. I mean, that is gonna be great. Billy Kincaid I know when like the Violet came out, Violet it's good, but Kincaid was
that was it. Me and Todd talked about that when we were talking about Spawn 77. And he said, every character, it doesn't have to look menacing to be remembered. It doesn't have to look a certain way. And I said, well, your scariest guy you've ever made to me was Billy Kincaid. Not after he died, but before he died.
Yes.
And that's why I took that to heart with when I was creating characters for Spawn 77. Is it's the person's actions, not the way they look. They can look like Hood, but if they have certain actions that they do, that's pretty scary though. But it's how they behave. We talked about No Country for Old Man, the guy that had the air gun. And Todd loved that. He said that added so much character to that character. His haircut and the air gun.
Is that the guy with the dark hair? Like,
yes.
I never knew who that guy was, but I was like,
flip a coin.
Yeah.
That guy's just creepy.
Flip a coin. That just complicated his character more. Right? It was so interesting. Like, why did he want to give him a chance to flip a coin, right? And he did. And then the air gun thing when he could have used something else. And then the haircut was horrible, but it all worked. It just works.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. I actually, I might pick that up.
Look at this. Dan Panosian, cover 2.
Oh, no! Yikes. I mean, creepy.
Bro, that's somebody's daughter, dude, that looks like that, dude.
That's not right.
Right? Somebody's going to buy that. Hey, this looks like your daughter.
Here's the main cover. Here we go. Hold on. Look at this. There's a sketch cover for issue number 1, too. So there we go. We can get a Mark Spears version of it.
Yeah, I need to grab that.
Look at the Todd black and white.
That's what I would want.
That's so good.
Hell yes.
Virgin? Is it so Virgin black and white?
Virgin black and white.
I love you, Billy.
Yeah, I love you. I love Billy.
Oh,
yeah.
Billy.
There's so much crazy stuff. There's little Spawn toys in the background of this one. I think
it'd be great if that was on like a popsicle stick.
Yeah.
When you color Todd stuff like that, sometimes all that detail at the bottom gets lost, right? Because you focus on the bear and all this.
Yeah.
The black and white, look, it's just so much stuff down there.
Yeah.
The teddy bear with the X eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The arrows in them. I mean, God.
Yeah, man, that's creepy as hell. So that's going to be very interesting. Very,
I wonder if they're going to
very-
make it like in the Art the Clown, the Terrifier. You know how there was that girl.
There was a
clown. I wonder
question.
if that's kind of how they're doing it.
Somebody
that
asked
was
a
terrifying.
question to ask Mark. Have you ever thought of doing a Terrifier Art the Clown homage or sketch cover or anything?
I actually did a piece of art for Art the Clown back when number 2 came out or something. And that's actually Spencer saw that and they saw some of my other things. I'll probably do something like that licensed, but for monsters, I already got some clowns, but it would be interesting to put one of my clowns in one of like an homage to art, like if there's a famous poster or something like that.
Yeah.
There is a sketch cover out there of Art the Clown I did on Monsters because on the CGC signing, I'm done with it, by the way. Someone requested, I usually don't take requests on it. Like somebody will say, can you do, like they'll put things like, can you draw She-Hulk in a Fantastic Four costume? I'm like, you're getting this. You're getting this. This is what I'm going to draw for you. Because it's always, CGC says it's up to the artist. You could recommend, right? But one person put, can you do Art the Clown? I was like, you know what the heck? And I just sketched it out real quick, eked it, and it's a like profile shot. But so there is one that exists, and it might show up on eBay. You never know.
That's dope. That's dope. Hell yeah.
Dude, I get, dude, what the funniest thing is the remarks. It's even worse. Remarks, people will put, hey, I would like on my remark, I'll give you the She-Hulk example. It was like, I need She-Hulk, but the Savage She-Hulk as my remark, and she's fighting the Thing. I'm like, this is a remark. You're getting a Slayer, boom, done. I'm like, I'm not doing I don't understand what they think. Like, it's not even a sketch cover. This is a regular cover. There would be nowhere to put all that stuff. So I think some people don't understand what remarks, what you can do with it.
Yeah.
I'm not Clayton Crane. I'm not going to white out. He can turn like a Spider-Man cover to a Spawn cover, right? Yeah. Now that's pretty hard, but that's you can do. But to just say, oh, I'm going to get rid of the whole cover, I'm going to put some white out on it and start over. That's really tough.
Yeah. All right. So
Bryan, can I? I'm going to put it in the chat.
Yeah.
I've been really inspired by Mark, so I had to do my own art.
Oh boy. So
I shared it with Mark. It's a preliminary design. So let me just show you this real quick. It's a one of one.
He's got 6 fingers.
So
do you have it? Where is it?
Put it in the chat.
Which chat?
Yeah.
Okay. Which chat? I don't see it.
I just said it. The one where the StreamYard.
Private chat. I don't see it there either.
It's not there.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me send it in this one.
Oh boy.
Oh, there it is.
Imagine what this thing looks like.
Wait, I gotta see this. What am I missing? I don't see it. Oh, that you sent me.
Yeah, I did it in the monster spot, dude. Check it out. Look, Mark Spears is my best friend.
I told my wife we need those shirts printed up, and on the back have like 2 monsters, like with their arms, like Frankenstein and the Wolfman, with their arms around each other,
yeah. Bro,
you ain't even gotta pay me, bro. Oh my god,
Mark Spears is my best friend. I think, dude, I'm gonna do those. I'm gonna do like 100 limited shirts of that, and I think they'll sell out.
That's great, dude.
Shit just comes to me, bro.
It's great. I love it.
By the way, shout out to Clutch and Big Leg, who I both think went to WrestleMania this weekend. So,
no
shit. Yeah.
Vegas. Where is it? Oh,
Vegas.
It's in Vegas.
Yeah.
Can't hide money.
Yeah.
They're there right now, man.
Yeah. So they're.
I will tell you, I do not like how it's split into 2 nights now. Like, WrestleMania should be one night. That's it.
Yeah.
It doesn't, because really which night is not the good night. It's the Saturday night, right?
Right.
So I was watching it earlier, and I'm like, "This is not tomorrow night's the good stuff."
Yeah,
So
remember
I've been
when the
watching on YouTube because YouTube they put all the past ones on for free. And you watch them. I was watching Demolition win like the tag team titles. Like this is great.
You remember when the Undertaker finally overtook like Hulk Hogan and shit, and they showed the audience and the kids were like, oh, like they were shook, bro. They're like, no.
And I will tell you though, watching live when Hogan beat Andre, it was the greatest match I've ever seen. Because when you're a kid watching that live, it was unbelievable.
We watched it at we had went to the Civic Center, the thing that next week is hosting the expo, but you sat in a room and watched it on a big screen, right? So you had to pay tickets to get in there to watch that because you couldn't watch it where I lived at home. And we watched that, and it was just the best thing ever, right?
Ever.
So there was
when he
popcorn.
slammed him, when he body slammed him. I mean, it was just.
But even the matches before that, the Macho Man and Ricky Steamboat, the George Animal Steel, all that stuff was magical, man. I mean,
it was.
Wrestling now is neat, but back then it was like he was watching superheroes up there. It was awesome.
You remember Captain Lou Albano with Cindy
the rubber bands?
The rubber bands.
All right.
Junkyard Dog, man. All those
Coco Beware.
Coco Beware. Yeah.
We're 2.5 hours in. We're almost done with the show, so I'm gonna do drama alert, but I'm gonna give the initial little take the focus away from the people who are necessarily with me tonight on some of this stuff. I don't want, especially for Mark, but for Nate and Hood. I'm what I'm saying is for me tonight, and it's a very short drama alert. It's actually a pretty good drama alert. The way it ends is very good. So let's get into it. Here we go.
I got you, boy. I hope this makes your comical drama, because these dudes, goofy ass dudes.
Into the news. Into the into the.
But let's get down to business.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world famous comic book drama alert. Now, I got to start it off by just giving a cautionary tale. This is a cautionary tale to everybody. And as you get older in life, you kind of learn this. Some people learn it, some people don't. I learned it about 15, 20 years ago, the importance of my honesty and realizing that when you're honest with people and you say the same thing to everybody because you don't want to get, first of all, you don't want to get caught in a lie. You don't have to remember your lies, but also you have to realize that group chats and Discord chats and all these places where you think that you're just talking to the people in those group, you're not. And what you say about other people will always come out at some point, especially in this day and age of the internet. I mean, it's almost impossible to think you're throwing a little shade, somebody, joke here, and not think that it's going to get out at some point. So, my whole thought process is the way I talk to somebody in a private chat is the same way I talk to somebody on my show. It's the same way I talk to somebody behind the scenes. It's just easier to be honest about stuff and at the same time, not be a douchebag to people. So I just want to say that for all you guys out there, Hood reminded me of a famous saying. First of all, you never talk about Fight Club. Okay? And second of all, you have to understand that especially if you're in an industry where you're going to one day ask people to help support your product and help support your shop or help support your whatever it is, and then the next day talk bad about them, you have to realize that that's going to get back to that person at some point. And it's going to not help your product, your project, whatever it is. In the end, it's going to cause problems. So Just realize that. It's just a little bit of information for everybody out there to start off Drama Alert. It is a constant in life nowadays. The way that we talk to people, that we have voice messages, direct messages. Hell, I'm the other day, Jesse's saying to me, "Hey man, you got all these messages on the Beyond Wednesdays page, Facebook page," and I'm going, "What are you talking about?" And he's going, "Well, there's all these messages," and he goes, "I don't want to read your messages," but I go, "Well, tell me what they are real quick. I don't know what's going on." So he's telling me all these messages. It's my Instagram messages that are, for whatever reason, I had it. If you send to my Instagram messages, it also goes to a certain Facebook group for Beyond Wednesdays where Jesse is a part owner on there. Now, I'm not worried about it because I don't talk trash about Jesse or any of my friends, in a back chat. I'm not worried about that. But those are the type of things I'm saying. In the world of our today, where you have Facebook messages, Instagram messages, text messages, all through these little phones that somebody can record, and you piss that person off one day, guess where those messages are going? So just remember that, and it'll help you in the end. Trust me on that. All right.
That's why you got to just talk shit about everybody, bro. That way it's like, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
It's just hood, Right.
All right, here we go. Check this out. This is fucking crazy right here.
This might be the most infamous modern baseball card. Do you know why? The year is 2016, and Juan Soto is a relatively obscure prospect. After his Bowman Chrome 1/1 Superfractor is pulled, it grades a Beckett 9 with 9 autograph. The autograph couldn't get a 10 grade because it goes off the card right here. 2 years pass before it shows up on eBay again.
So for those of you guys that don't know, if you have an autograph card and the pen runs off the card, you can't get a 10 on that auto. So when Juan Soto signed his Superfractor, he didn't realize that, and the pen ran off the card, okay? Here's what it originally looked like. You can see it. It ran off the card right here, okay?
Somebody has taken it off.
Oh, you got it. Watch.
Autograph. The autograph couldn't get a 10 grade because it goes off the card right here. 2 years pass before it shows up on eBay again. And this time, there's something different about the card. And it's not just that it's in a new slab. Somebody altered that autograph, and many believe that top edge has been trimmed. The story that I've heard is that PSA realized their mistake, so they actually bought the card back. And 7 years later, you can see they put the card in an altered case. I've also heard that it's still in the PSA vault to this day, but I did not reach out to PSA to confirm. My question is, with all the alteration, is it still his best card? And if your answer is no, is it this red Defied that's at auction with Fanatics Collect right now? It's the rarest other than the Super, and it's the highest grade in the Pop Report. Auction ends Thursday.
I wonder if that card has been fixed too. So I'm glad we're here with Hood, who is a comic book presser who has talked about this before, that he's known that people can it's easy to take autographs. And I even think we've talked to Barger, where Barger has bought in collections where all the autographs have been like to Tom, and he's just taken the autographs where off of where it says to Tom. He's just taken it off with alcohol and sold them. It's crazy. Absolutely nuts. So, always in the back of your head, you guys. Always in the back of your head. Yeezy. How's bicycle?
Bryan, can I help with this argument?
Yeah.
When the guy's like, "Is it his best card?" No, because he's not wearing a Mets outfit. So, oh, and by the way, the good guys won today, first place.
Nice. Yeah. Well, it's always that like that in the beginning of the year. We'll see how it happens at the end of the year. Okay, next. Here we go. Now, you guys know I love me some Niobe comics. Mr. Larry Higgins and our friend to the north. Well, Larry, the thing I like about Larry, I get it. Larry's a fucking spark plug. That guy, man, he's always on one. Like you can just slip up the littlest bit and he's on your ass. Well, unfortunately, it's on between him and our boy Darth Lopez. Check this out.
Oh boy.
Oh god.
I care but you.
Watch this. This is crazy. So, our boy Darth Lopez has a show on YouTube called Bagged and Unfiltered, where he talks to another content creator about drama. And it's a really good show. He had on Marcus from Circumstances, and he had on our boy Biggie, Immortal Shaq on the other day. Immortal Biggie Shaq on his show the other day. And Larry, aka Niobe Comics, decided to jump up at the end of the show, and this ended up happening.
It's just funny that nobody cared but you.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Why do you think I care?
Is that
because I've seen?
I don't have to wonder why.
There was a guy named Chaz in the community who actually crossed state lines to go meet and fuck a 14-year-old girl. Do you know about that? His name was Key Issue Comics.
Him on the streets then, but you hung around him. Okay, so why?
We never knew. No one knew, right? He would disappear for weeks on end to go to his court dates and meet with his lawyers.
Were you that tough? Like you told me that you'd find me in karate and kung fu me. Would you do that to that individual?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, because here's the thing: things like that actually happen, and then when you go around and falsely accuse people of being such, you set a bad precedent for the entire community. You can ruin a guy's life by that.
You called Marcus a monkey on stream.
So what?
What do you mean? So what? Ain't that?
And it really popped off, and it was pretty interesting. I caught it like afterwards. I was like, what is going on here? So now our boys are feuding, you guys. Our boys are feuding, and I gotta show a part in this. Shout out to Darth Lopez. There's a part in this where he hold on.
Oh man, this is a weird bicycle day.
Oh, bro, dude, hold on.
Yee, since you're here, I got stuff for you.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
man.
I got stuff for you too. Like I have this.
Oh,
yeah.
But all that Kickstarter stuff. I just want you to forget. I got it all for you. It's just sitting right here.
Yeah, we need to plan to meet up. I'll hit you up.
Okay. So Lopez had to redon the mask, but here is my favorite part about this whole thing, and I'll even throw up.
Go ahead, Joe. Do the Palpatine.
Because he uses the term butt rock, which is one of my favorite terms. What is butt rock? Butt rock is the same as Camaro hair rock. Butt rock is the same as like 80s hairband stuff. That's butt rock.
Butt rock.
Yeah. So here we go.
You, Niobe. Nobody cares about your stupid fucking book. I read it. It was all right, I guess. I read it. But you're a failed creator, right? Your hero, EVS, even said so. Niobe, if it hasn't happened yet, it's not going to happen. You're still at home with your mom. That's kind of fucking pathetic. You know what you remind me of? When I think of you off your meds, because it's clearly you probably got a mental condition. You're bipolar as fuck, Larry. You know what I think about? Like, you don't take your meds, and you put your Niobe tighty whities, and you got a big ass shit stain in the back, and you're running up whatever fucking town or province you live in Canada, and it's snowing, and you're fucking singing Def Leppard because you like butt rock, and butt rock sucks, and you suck, and your book sucks, and your life probably sucks because you're still at home in your mom's basement. You get
because you love butt rock, and butt rock sucks, and you suck. That needs to be a shirt.
I was going to say, didn't they say when who kicked Darth Lopez off the show?
Kyle
and them, that he had no personality and that he wasn't.
He's one of the best.
He's the only person. He's the only one personality.
Darth Lopez.
He's the only one personality. Bro. He's got a mask on.
Bro. Dude, he is fucking.
What are you talking about?
Bro, he's fucking great, dude.
Yes. Yeah,
bro,
dude.
And the voice, like when you do the voiceover and he's talking, like
but it's become like everyone's worst nightmare that he's become a content creator now at this point.
Yeah,
they said that he couldn't do it, and now he's doing it.
I mean, I pay attention more to his stuff than anything else. Anyone else,
bro. Like
Who was he with before?
Dark Lopez, I'm a fan, bro.
Like,
Exactly. I apologize.
Exactly.
Who were the people he was with before?
Exactly. Exactly. Jesus.
Bro,
dude.
they didn't know how to procure the talent.
This just might be the most.
Oh my god, dude.
I will say that
Hey,
I
bro,
don't care about the, I don't know if I don't care about the Def
Comics,
Leppard
bro.
comment. I mean, that's a little hard. Let's just.
Hey, I love me some Def
You've
Leppard,
been
but Def Leppard
slayed.
is surely butt rock, right? It's right in that middle of time period, right? They're right as
Give me some
butt rock.
Armageddon it all day long.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That was
Okay.
That was
love that
crazy,
song.
bro.
So
Look at
to
this.
end,
Lit him up.
yeah, big time. To end Drama Alert, we got a good story. Usually on Drama Alert, you'll see us talking about this guy when he's talking about us hate nerds, aka Bry's Comics. Well, I want to give Bry's Comics some credit. I think a lot of people probably saw this and they're probably like, what is this guy doing? What an asshole that he's doing this. I say, nay. I say, what a fucking great dad to allow his son, hopefully at an age that he'll remember this, that he's getting the chance to read one of the greatest comics of all time. Yes, all these comics right here are very expensive comics. Yes, is this Bry's Comics trying to show us that he has got so many great expensive comics that he doesn't care about them and he's willing to let his kid, check them out? Whatever. I don't care about that. What I do think is cool is that he's creating memories with his kid. And that is important. My best memories are the moments where my dad did stuff like this with me. When my dad took me to my very first baseball card shop so I could finally get some Garbage Pail Kids Series 2. When my dad took me to the drive-in to see Monster Squad because it was sold out everywhere. Like, those memories are important, and I hope that this is a memory for his son. So Bry's Comics put up a post a while back saying, please don't message about individual books. Just wanted to share one of the joys of this career/hobby, reading comics. This new collection just rolled in and we have some light reading to do this weekend. I still need to process all this, some to get graded, some will be sold raw, yada, yada, yada. Check this out.
All right, buddy, I want you to pick one comic and we can read it, okay? And then after you pick it, I'll tell you what all of these are. So which one looks the coolest that you want to read? That one? Good choice. That is a classic. All right, buddy, I want you to pick one comic.
And he lets his son, and he reads him.
The reason it says that, this is a really special copy of a platinum edition of Spider-Man #1. You see how it's like silver shiny right there? So this is a really special copy because when this came out, they had a contest, and they put all of these different Spider-Mans, A, B, C, D, E, and F. And if the people could match which artist drew these versions of Spider-Man, and if they got it correct, they had a chance to win. And this collector right here won this copy because he got it right. It says, Dear Previews Reader, congratulations in our recent previews contest. You were a winner. You have won a Platinum Spider-Man #1. We at Previews Magazine thank you for reading and hope you enjoy your prize. Look forward to future contests in previews. Isn't that awesome? Reason it's.
And then this was that was a little much, but this is the cool part.
This is Giant Size X-Men #1. It's the first appearance, and this right here is the first in-story appearance of Storm, Nightcrawler, Colossus, and Thunderbird. And it's like the second or third appearance, depending on, well, I guess it's the third appearance of Wolverine. And if you flip this page right here, this is the first in-story appearance of Nightcrawler. Isn't that awesome? You want to see the first appearance of Storm? Alrighty. This is one of the very early appearances of the Wolverine, and there she is. It says, "The Storm Goddess comes."
Pretty cool. So I'll give him credit for that. I don't know.
I want to see the kid flip the pages.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, man. I've just become a cynic on everything. I'm sitting there thinking, he's right before he records it. Okay, first you're going to point up to Spider-Man #1 up there to the top left. Okay,
anything.
Roll. And if you touch this comic, I'm taking away all your toys.
Totally. I know, dude.
You want to know the real story?
Totally.
Is those
dude.
comics have already been sold, and that's why he's letting him touch all the
It is. Brian's right. That's a great story. I was hoping though the kid would. I was sitting there wondering, like, man, he is more patient than I would have been at that age with my children, because I would be afraid they would hurt the book.
Come on, dude. Are you gonna throw a Spawn Malibu Sun Air Edition in front of the kid and be like, come on, what is going on here?
I can't believe it.
Okay, when my sons were that age, right? When Lucas was that age, I was doing sketch cards, right, for DC. They begged me, Dad, we want to draw them. And I said, they're paying me to do them. So I said, I'll tell you what, I colored the whole card black except Martian Manhunter. And I realized he's only green, right? So it was like for a headshot. And I said, you can color the rest of it. I would do cards like that so they could color them.
Yeah,
so there are DC Legacy cards out there that a 6-year-old and a 7-year-old colored.
That's all. I love that.
This was crazy.
Hey, Brian, remember last weekend, me, you, and Pool Boy, and it's literally midnight. And like, is Alex back there? Hey, stand up.
Yeah.
And he stands up and he just waves. Cool. He just sits right back down. He
Hell yeah, bro.
Hangs out. Just like,
I don't know about letting your kids look through, $3,000 comics. That's one thing.
I mean, like, that's a bit much.
We need those little kids like that reading comics, and even just looking at them, looking at the pictures, right? They don't know what a comic book is anymore.
Even if you're going to show them, like, if he picks up the Spider-Man 1, which is fine.
Yeah.
Just grab one of the regular ones and let them read it. Or you read it to him. Like, you don't have to go through the whole why it's platinum.
Well, that's why I think
he doesn't care.
That's totally fake. It's totally fake.
Stage. Yeah.
1,000% fake. 1,000%.
Yeah. But
you notice that, like, he's sitting there kind of like, he doesn't say a word. He's just kind of like, most kids will just,
point at the one you want to read.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's a polished content creator,
Yeah. The edits were good. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's let Diamond Dave bring us back.
Can you hear me out there? Hey, man, don't be squirting water at me. I'm gonna fuck your girlfriend, pal.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging out with us. We're Drama Alert. Yeezy is here. Yeezy, how was Bicycle Day, my friend?
Oh, man, it's been a journey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I had to take care of something at work, and I was like, man, I'm gonna be late for Bicycle Day. And then as soon as I clocked out, boom, to the moon.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. I love that. That's awesome. That's sometimes you got to do a little reset, and it's nice to do reset on the right days. You know what I mean?
I know. Exactly, because it's coming right in time too. Because I'm about to be on call for work next week.
Nice.
So,
nice. All right, let's run through F.O.C. real quick. Call it a night. F.O.C. selections for April 21st. Starting off, Absolute Batman issue number 8. We have the Mr. Freeze appearance and storyline starting. What do you guys think? Did you guys see the Mr. Freeze and how he kind of looks and everything?
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it? On here. Shout out to our boy Billy.
Ooh.
I
do like that. That's something different.
All right. That's Brian Boland right there.
Oh, hell yeah. And Boland too on that? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's no Mark Spears. It sucks.
Dude,
it's kind of creepy
I
right
used
here.
to buy Boland stuff for just the covers, right? If he didn't do the insides, I bought it anyways. I love Boland stuff.
Yeah.
So you're also going to get a possible Bane first appearance in this too. So
I thought Joker was going to appear in number 8. No,
Joker is supposed to appear. Didn't he appear at the end of number 7? And then Joker is supposed to be back after this storyline. It'll be the Joker storyline.
I got you.
Yeah.
Oh, I might have to keep that pinch cover then. Foil that I have.
Yep. Betty and Veronica, Friends Forever, Spy Girls #1. First appearance and cover of Medusa Doom. Must be some new characters they're going to play around with. So there you go.
I got to get a couple of those.
Yeah. All right. Exquisite Corpses #1. Now, I got to give a big shout out to our boy Billy in chat, who told me about this the other day. The polybagged variants come with a playable trading card. There's going to be a TCG for the Exquisite Corpses universe.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
So, by the way, you guys, go get the Pool Boy variant from economicsandcomics.com and the Art of Carol variant from Big Clutch. Those are my go-tos. I love the Frizen cover for this, too. So, there was a Sveta one, too. All right.
But does that surprise you that Image is kind of going towards the TCG route?
Not at all. Smart. Very smart.
Yeah.
Yep.
It kind of surprised me Boom didn't take that stance first with their connection with Magic and everything.
Yeah. Spawn Black Ritual, The Book of Nyx. First appearance of the Puritan. This is a Jason Sean Alexander cover for issue #1, second print. And then we have Supergirl #1, debut of a new Supergirl costume designed by Art Germ. Introduction of a Supergirl imposter. And that's a Sophie Campbell cover right there. Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion #1. Miles Morales travels to Earth 6160 and teams up with Peter and Richard Parker. So you have the first 616 character in the 6160. Is that what it is?
Hey Brian, sorry to cut in, but Sophie Campbell, she is fantastic. Like what she did with the Turtles.
Oh yes, I agree.
I mean,
agree.
It has not been as good as when she did it. She was fantastic.
I agree on that 100%. Look at this. Ultimates #12. Inhuck Lee variant. Earth 6160 Ultimate Kang. Look at that. That's badass looking. So that'll be interesting.
And he looks like that when he comes to my house.
Yeah. Finally, you have the Albatross Timeless Heroes variants. And then there are some interesting covers out there.
Mama!
Yep. There you go. J. Scott Campbell goodness right there.
Oh, man, she's crying. Why is she crying? Don't cry, mama.
Oh, man. I can't look at this cover right now.
I'm about to say, he's probably got that autograph by Campbell. He's got,
But that does look cool.
Rose Besh.
I will say.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That is good.
There's a Momoko design variant. That's not good.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? Bad Peachy.
Yeah.
Bad.
Okay, continuing
on. Caca.
Look at this guns. Oh, there's a great gunslinger Spawn. Iceborne Barons. Yeah.
That's if it's bad, Mark. You go caca.
And then
instead of mama.
There is Power Girl #20. I haven't seen this yet. I don't know if that's good or bad.
They look like guys, bro. Like from Boots and Buddies, dude. Tom Hanks,
yeah. I remember that show.
It's not like Cousin Larry and Bosley or whatever that guy's name is from Perfect Strangers.
Look at this medieval Spawn cover.
Medieval times.
#1.
Did Todd do that cover? I know that he did an inked version of that.
Marco Francisco Mattina. Here is the black and white though.
Okay, so Todd went over it with inks is what he did.
This one is going to be the hit. Yes, you got it, Mark.
Yeah, that's gonna be the one everybody's gonna try to find and get.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to try to do on Spawn 77, where he does that.
That would be awesome. That would be so cool.
Oh, that'd be sick.
He's talked about it. I think it'll be awesome if we do that.
There's a blank variant too that might be pretty cool to do something on.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The black ones are tough when people give me those because you have to have paint. Is the only thing you can do with it, right? You can't just do a regular
paint markers. Yeah,
it's a tough one.
Yeah,
Werewolf by Night.
That's a great cover right there. Holy cow, it's creepy. And then here's the Jay Gonzo variant. I'm a fan of Jay Gonzo. Love his art. We're gonna have to get him on at some point. I saw him at WonderCon. I just didn't get a chance to talk to him. Let's see here. Epitaphs from the Abyss has another great Bermejo cover. I think that's
all
Bermejo.
of them dogs.
No, that's is that Bermejo? Kano? Is that the artist Kano?
Kano?
I think that's a Bermejo cover.
Kano
wins.
Kano wins. Flawless victory.
Rat City, Turtles and Gray Skull. Looking just for some of the really good variants and stuff. G.I. Joe. Here is the variant for that. That's not that good. That's terrible. Why aren't they showing? Why am I not seeing the variants here? Hold on. That's why. Now we should see them. All right, here we go. April 23rd.
Ooh, is that the call at the bottom, bro?
Where?
It sure is. Mama! All the way to the right.
Here?
Jesus Christ, bro. Oh my God, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, I will have that in a 9.8.
That comes out next week. That comes out next week.
Dude, I'm sweating right now, dude.
Yeah.
I'm about to get thrown out of the house.
All right, here we go.
Oh my God. The call just went off right there, bro.
Yeah, that's next week, bro. That comes out next week.
God damn.
You're calling Wanted Comics right now. You're like,
look at this. This is a 1 in 25. Marcio Takara. 1 in 25.
Hi guys, I'm Superman.
1
I was liking it until I heard that. Now I don't like it.
I know,
Yeah.
right? Way to ruin a cover. Jonathan Wayshak.
I'm a Capricorn.
Here's that same artist, that Marcio Takara.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting. A little
That's pretty
interesting.
dope.
Yeah. Let's see here. Here's another interesting one. Batman and Robin number 21 variant for Rhea.
The testicles variant.
Tentacles.
Needs more tentacles, please.
Testicles variant.
Okay, so here's the Betty and Veronica cover you want for that series because it has the character on the front. So
yeah, I'm gonna get about 3 or 4 of those.
Yeah, if you're specking on that.
You retire on it?
Right, the artist is watching the show. Fuck you guys.
I think it's for a year from now. That cover will be like a $300 cover, and Rand will be like, "Man, I didn't get it."
Up yours, hood. Up yours.
This is a new series. Looks like by Charles Soule and Will Sliney. Cold Witch is an icy tale of revenge and dark sorcery set in frozen Siberia. John Wick with zombies. There's the
John
1
Wick
in
with
10.
zombies. Okay.
And here's the 1 in 50. It's a cool 1 in 50.
So instead of trading in like these coins, you trade in brains? Is that what happens?
Who knows? Look at this Del Auto 1 in 100 Daredevil.
Oh
my God.
That's awesome. I love the light on the top.
Cow.
Somebody woke him up, bro.
Yes, they did.
Somebody woke his ass up, bro. That's fire, bro.
How many do you think they actually think will actually be printed? Like, who's ordering 100 of that issue?
It's the new Daredevil Cold Day in Hell #2, which is him as.
It's gonna be cold down in hell that there's that many stores that issues of that. And they should. I mean, it's a great cover, but I'm like, God damn, that thing's gonna be fire, and you're not gonna find it at all.
Shout out to our boy Stein is in chat. He says, "Missed you last night, Hood."
I'm sorry, man. I was tired, dude.
You deserve
and,
it,
and
bro. We all got.
I need to be rested to give 100%.
He's got to get ready for Fiesta.
Have you heard about this series?
That was
Dark
going on in San
Regards?
Antonio right now, Fiesta.
Bro, did you? Oh, I'll wait till Brian goes back. There was a cover.
So this is
Holy
a series.
shit, look at that.
It says sometimes you break the internet, sometimes the internet breaks you. At last, the true story of the viral hoax so insane it can only be told as a comic book. It says here that 2 decades ago, Dave Hill and his first band set out to rock their high school auditorium in a fury of heavy metal hellfire. They failed miserably. Years later, Dave has made a new life for himself as a rising star in the New York comedy scene, a career where getting laughed at on stage is the entire point, not just a tragic consequence. But when Dave's metal ambitions are reawakened by the uber self-serious satanic genre of Norwegian black metal, Dave creates a ridiculously hyperbolic alter ego and a band to match that. Together, reignite the spark of the forgotten rock and roll fantasy. It says here, but when Dave's internet-fueled rumors of witch taint, that's the name of the band, Witch Taint.
Nice.
A metal band so extreme that you must... A metal band so extreme that you must remove all sharp objects from the immediate area when their music is played, spreads all the way to Europe. His story will spiral dangerously out of control as Norway's most extreme black metal butchers come to reap their revenge and put everything and everyone Dave holds dear in a crosshairs with their axes, which, truth be told, don't actually have crosshairs, but hey, it's a metaphor. And look at these variants, dude. This is the 1 in 10.
It's a great cover.
Hell yeah.
Hey, if they need a soundtrack, hit me up.
That'd be awesome,
yeah.
That'd be dope.
Yeah. If they need a soundtrack for this, that would be
1 in 20. Look at that. Dude, that's awesome.
We're Witch Taint.
Witch
They're saying in chat, it sounds like my autobiography.
That's
I
the
hope
1
they
in
have
50.
Slaughter or Firehouse as part of one of these.
Bro, that's going to be a hit right there. That's going to be a hit. Look at that. So there you go. Be on the lookout for that one.
Nate 138. If you buy a copy, I'll sign it for you.
That Dick Tracy book looks like OJ, bro.
Who is that? That's Francavilla? Is that Francavilla?
That's OJ, bro.
Who is that character?
This is Johnny Cochran.
It looks like
dude, that looks OJ. Dude, look at that receded hairline, bro.
We got no blood on him. Can't be him.
Here's the main cover.
If it don't fit, you must have quit.
That's actually a pretty cool cover. To be honest.
Someone in the chat saying the 1 in 50 of Dark Regards is supposed to have actual blood mixed in the ink.
Oh wow, dude! I forgot about that. Yeah, remember we talked about this. I forgot about
they're
that.
still in our idea, Mark.
Yeah.
Did they smear it with the DNA?
Tony Hawker did it with a skateboard. Remember?
Man,
that's gonna
I
be.
want to do the smear first.
Bro, it's a good thing we didn't come up with that idea during COVID, bro. Like, don't buy that Spears book. He smears it all up.
Okay, they're doing a Energon Universe special for 2025, and this is the 1 in 20, 1 in 10 of
that's a
variant
great
for it,
cover,
right?
Dude, that's cool. That's cool.
Oh, I love those. What were they called? The
Quintessons.
Yeah, the Quintessons. Okay.
What are they called?
Quintessons.
Quintessons.
Yeah.
Didn't they have the shark guys as their minions?
Mm-hmm.
I love those.
And then there's a 1 in 25 and a 1 in 50 that haven't been shown yet. So
Tom Riley
yeah,
and EJ Sue.
yeah. So that'll be cool. Here's the Exquisite Corpses Frizzen. And I like their blank might be a great blank. Look at this blank. That's the Art of Carol.
That is That is
That's
the
clutches.
best cover right
Yeah,
there,
that's clutches.
hands down.
Yep.
It's so good.
So look at this. That is awesome.
That's cool.
Right?
Oh, with the trade dress like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of potential of like what people could do.
For
Could you imagine like
yeah.
a Rose Besh on this, like with
bro.
her pink inks,
bro?
Like,
Imagine a Mark Spears,
They're doing
bro.
a facsimile for the first appearance of Silver Surfer, a Torrin Clark variant for it.
Dude, that's pretty good.
It
man.
is.
Cool.
I hate how we're starting to like these so much now.
I know.
It's because we're getting old, bro.
I know. Fantastic Four, What If? Oh, look at this Dan Mora. Dan Mora is his
Underrated.
stuff, bro.
Way
His stuff is on
no one
fire.
talks about Dan Mora. He's so good.
Look at that.
Wow.
What a cover.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There's been some really good covers for this Fire and Ice series.
Here's the main, Terry Dodson. You're right, E. Big time.
Yeah.
This one's that free for all. Oh, here we go. We got the Mark Spears Gargoyle Demona coming out, which is a great cover. Look at this.
Not as good as his Silverhawks, but it's pretty good.
I don't know, man. This is pretty fucking awesome.
Is there? Hey, I can't remember if I ever did any colors for that. Is that the only color version?
Yeah, that's the only color version. You're
is
right.
it?
Yep.
Well, wow. Because they asked me, and I can't remember if I was able to get them to them because I was so busy.
This
is the first out of my book that I got a recolor.
Yes, that's awesome. There's gonna be a foil for it too. That's gonna be great.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a monster, man.
Mark, if you ever need help with colors, I'm really good at it. So.
He's colorblind. Mark. Don't believe him.
Let's do it.
Don't believe him. He's colorblind.
Oh yeah. The brown Christmas trees look great.
Ooh, look at this John Boy Myers right here. Green Lantern Corps.
Oh wow,
that's pretty good,
dude. That looks awesome,
Mama.
Yeah. And then you got the Geiger homage. This looks pretty good too. Check this out. Golden Rage Mother Knows Best 2. It's pretty creepy. Abigail Harding.
Bro,
that's
eyeballs on that thing.
I Was a Fashion School Serial Killer. Look at this cover.
Bro, those are eyeballs, bro. That is gross, bro. Dude, oh God, dude. Take that off the screen, Brian.
Serial Killer Couture. Here's the 1 in 10. It's pretty good.
I like how the perspective of the eyeballs throw you off too.
I know. It's good.
Like, and then like the inner design with the
bro.
design with the dress, like it plays on so many levels.
Like who does that, dude? I'm gonna put a whole bunch of eyeballs on the dress.
I mean, like like people that buy stuff like this, right?
Look at this. One in Adam Polina Iron Man 8 variant. That's a great Iron Man cover. That is a killer Iron Man cover.
That's all right.
King Spawn number 45. Ooh. That's pretty
crazy.
gnarly.
I like that.
Yeah. That's the Von Randall. Here's the main cover. Puppeteer Lee, are you kidding me?
Wow, that one is bro.
Wow. This is gonna go with
great.
his Spawn cover from San Diego.
Oh, nice.
Look at the balloon he's holding. Oh my God, that's good.
Bro, that's cool as shit.
It's like you forgot about me. Never mind.
Oh man, is that good? Beautiful stuff. You guys can go get nice bundles and pre-orders of all these at economicsandcomics.com, you guys, if you don't have a place. Billy does a great job getting books out to people that might not have a LCS or just might want the ease of getting stuff shown up at their door. There's a Savage Dragon cover that he homages.
So great.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's really good. He does a 70s design and then he does a regular.
Sick.
Yeah. It's a good cover. So that's Eric Larson. We got more Silverhawks. There's the Mark Spears right there. That's actually a pretty good one.
You know what? I never gave him a color variant for that either. I think that's the only color that's coming out too.
I like your
Look at Monstar in the reflection.
Yeah.
That's dope. Wow. Yeah. I see it now.
That's dope.
That's cool.
Oh no, there is color variants.
Yeah,
I guess
there's
I
color
gave
variants for
him
this
a
one.
purple.
Yeah, a purple and a red.
Oh, and then there's that red and the silver.
Yeah.
Hey, click on the silver. You can actually see the Monstar better. See, I did it's black and white.
The yellow come through.
If
That's
that would
dope.
be a foil, that would be really cool.
Yeah, spot foil or something.
Yeah.
All right. We are almost done here. We've got Something is Killing the Children, number 42. It's almost a Frank Miller cover, but not.
I can't defend that.
See, there's a one per store variant for that. Ooh, Josh Middleton. Ooh, what is this? Oh, what'd he do to her face, bro?
What the fuck, bro?
Why?
Oh my God, look how bad that is.
She looks like a crack whore.
She doesn't look like human. She looks fake.
Man, I'm so glad y'all don't talk about my stuff. Hey. Yeah, Mark's losing it. She looks like a crack whore, man.
I won't be hanging out with Josh Middleton at any time.
You ain't gonna be at his booth.
I can't wait. Mark's gonna be like, "Hey, this is my friend Hood. Have you?" Yeah, I know who he is.
I know who he is.
Yeah.
Even look at this.
No,
art
thank
We all
here.
know you're a shield, Hood. You're just Mark
Yeah,
Shield.
just
Yeah.
Mark Spears.
Yeah, just Mark.
Hey,
You ain't
Brian,
looking
can we
for
go
these
back
other
to that
guys.
Silverhawks cover?
Look at this,
I got
dude.
that
Look at her
reminds me.
face.
Y'all got your checks yet? I sent out. Does everybody got them? You got yours? Okay.
This is Art Germ.
Sweet.
This is the new
I'm so glad I can
costume.
retire now.
Look at her face here too.
Right.
Oh man, what is going on? All right, here's the 1 in 25. Please be the 1 in 25. Be good.
That's felt like shit.
What's up with man? They're all weird. Maybe they're meant to be. Here's the 1 in 50. Scott Forbes. Okay, maybe Scott Forbes can pull it off.
Come on, Scott.
It's not
Been
bad.
a long time for that bus.
It's not that bad.
It's not bad. Yeah.
It
You know
ain't
what?
getting
I'm
any
gonna
better.
do a Supergirl cover. I've been wanting to do it.
There is no one who's ordering 50 of this fucking anyway, so it doesn't matter.
It is a number
Are,
one.
are we sure this version of Supergirl doesn't have like Down syndrome or something like that?
Oh, I hope not, bro.
Oh, no.
Look at this Eduardo Rizzo variant, dude, for Torpedo 1972, number 6. That's actually pretty good. I like that.
I started reading this one, man, and it was like I got to number 3, and I was like, I'm done.
I remember you said
Well,
it was good the first
that was
one.
19, so like you got a long way to go.
Transformers number 20. Look at the connecting variant for it.
Nakayama.
Yeah.
Oh, is it
I love
Devastator?
the squares in the background because it's just like the artwork on the boxes growing up on Gen 1.
There's the Constructicon, though, right there. It's a connecting Constructicon variant, too. Here is the 1 in 50. That's pretty good.
Oh, look at Jazz.
Yeah. That's really good. And then there is a 1 in 100 Kari Andrews variant for the Ultimate Incursion. That's actually pretty good, to be honest. I like it. I like the way he makes Black Suit Spider-Man look.
I like the eyes in the background.
Yeah.
They look through the storm.
Yeah.
It almost like Umberto Ramos, dude. You know?
Yeah.
almost.
It does look Ramos.
Yeah. Oh, look at this one. Kale New foil. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
That's good.
That's good.
Is that like the spot in the back? Oh, yeah.
Oh,
the spot.
man, is that good.
Great.
Holy shit.
That's brilliant.
You see how the spider webs are coming through the ones at the spots at the bottom?
That's badass, dude.
The spots
Really
using
cool.
them, to hold him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, file it.
And
cover
look,
it
his
here.
legs going through the spot on his
I
suit.
was gonna say his foot's
Yeah,
coming
he's
through.
using the leg as leverage too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Really cool.
awesome.
That's and
Is
his
the
hand is
foot
about to grab his
His own
ass.
body too, right? Well,
See his
Is the
hand
foot
about to
coming
grab him?
out any other
Yeah.
spot?
His hand's coming out of his ass. Look.
That's a good
And the other
fucking
hand's
cover.
coming right out. That's a great cover. Man, it's a great cover.
That is one of the, this is definitely a cover of the year candidate, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, easily.
That's good.
Mark, you got a competitor.
Yeah.
File away your
Yeah.
like best 7 or 8 or 12, and you got
I
somebody
can't
else.
wait for my first Marvel issue. I don't know what it'll be yet.
It's coming though.
But we'll probably hear soon here in the next week or two. So.
Ooh.
Could you ever do it a ASM cover and like get rid of JR? Like who shot JR? Mark Spears.
Hey, they did Usagi Yojimbo.
The best Dallas story of all time.
This 10,000 Plums thing. Have you been paying attention to the covers on it? They've been doing these special. So here's one, right? That one's pretty good. That came out this week. Then the next week, here's this one. Pretty good. And then this cover is pretty good too.
I like that.
Right?
That's all right. Yeah.
And then the number 1 cover had this. So it's the same artist doing the series of all the characters.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I love Stan Sakai stuff, man.
Oh yeah.
World Tree. 1 in 15, 1 in 25. And then yeah, I think that's about it. This one is pretty interesting. Federici Croce. It's kind of creepy. In
Dude, your eyes look crazy, bro.
Yeah. So
where's my med?
And that is F.O.C. Ladies and gentlemen, 3.5 hours. We love you guys. We're gonna call it a night and go bullshit backstage. Good shit. We'll see you guys. Happy Easter to everybody. I'm gonna be spending all day tomorrow finishing up packaging everybody's eBay live sales. Everybody should be getting those soon. And then
check out my album tomorrow.
Let's talk about that before we leave.
Oh, okay.
Yee has a new album that's dropping tomorrow. Where can they check it out, Yee?
On all platforms. So it's going to be on Spotify for sure. We're dropping a video on YouTube through Slam Worldwide. So just pay attention to our socials. And then the album will also be on like Apple Music, all that.
Oh,
So,
cool,
Sick.
man.
That's sick. What about shirts?
Shirts. Yes, so we do have merch coming in. We have 2 new designs for shirts that we just hit. So I'm gonna get these guys rocking some of those shirts pretty soon. So yeah,
great stuff.
Yeah, I think we'll have it available off of our Bandcamp website. So all that info is in my link tree.
That's great. Hell yeah.
What can you say about Bandcamp?
Yeah, right.
American Pie said it all.
What happens at Bandcamp stays in Bandcamp.
Much love, you guys. We'll see you guys next time, Tuesday night. Adios.